Row 6 going dark.
I'm going to play D&D.
Can I have quiet, please?
Gonna start?
No.
Yes, just. Hello, everyone. We're the Wyld Cast. I've already forgotten what the fuck I was supposed to say. God damn it. Okay.
We're great.
Screw it. We're starting now. Nice to see everybody or hear from everybody, whatever. I don't know. We're the Wyld Cast, a bunch of group of friends who've started playing D&D about 2.5-ish years ago and have kind of just grown together. I mean, we just play D&D. Play other shit too. I'm awkward. Let's do this shit. We do not have a couple players tonight because one of them is suffering from a birthday, and the other is going to be a little bit late. So Valeth will be here, but Caroline will not. On the notion of birthdays, though, Spot, happy birthday!
Fuck you. Hello. Well, thank you.
Happy
birthday.
I spent the fucking entire day, like, avoiding everyone, and here I am, getting called out now.
Well,
Great.
somebody had to call you out, my friend. God damn
It's
it.
just what friends do.
Well,
That
yeah.
was the last movement. Okay, leave me alone. Also, I'll try to turn down the sensitivity of this mic. All right.
Yeah, that thing's really sensitive. I actually had
Yeah,
to
it's just the webcam. Everyone else is extremely sensitive for me as well.
Wow.
Sensitive where?
How's that? Is this anybody?
much better.
Are you calling
Okay.
me sensitive?
You're damn right. I am too. It's a sensitive party, okay?
It's a sensitive
Yeah.
topic. Let's go ahead and drop it. It's good to be here, everybody. I'm glad you're all here. Unfortunately, we don't have a couple players, but again, Valeth will show up, and Caroline will be missed. Let's go ahead and jump in for what's last session. Jump in whenever you guys feel the need to for what happened last session, because I might miss a couple things. It's been a couple weeks, and I've been really distracted lately, and I'm still pretty tired. Even after a 14-hour nap, I'm still tired.
14-hour?
Oh
Like
yeah, you
like
missed
I
that.
said,
Just don't get me
just be
started.
glad it was only 14.
I know. Yeah, just don't get me started.
Coma? What is this?
Last session, you all, Mason,
Sorry, it's not turned down enough. Okay.
just do me a favor and mute your mic. Unless you're ready to speak, please. Or put on push to talk, because wow. Thank you. Okay. So last session, we had our intrepid group of 9 heroes, plus child. Oh, that's what it was. After completing your objective with Whitlock and their resistance, you had gathered whatever materials that you had brought with you and traveled back to Aurora. From Aurora, you gathered a little bit more information about certain things, had fun with a new traveler by the name of Conrad, a tiefling from Kylen-Jaal, and excuse me, and also grabbed Child and made your way. I believe this is eastward. You traveled through the cliffs of Gerder again, and from your travel came quite close to Giant's Rest, where during the middle of your night you were confronted by a group of priests and priestesses, another word, where they had not necessarily asked you, but demanded you leave. Being of giant kin herself, Illikin challenged one of the priestesses to a show of strength, to kind of gain yourselves a place of rest. After everybody had gathered all their stuff together and watched this spectacle, within an inch of her own life, Illikin won the fight. A final blow that sent the priestess flying onto her back, her sentinels coming to her aid to restore her life and bring her back to her feet. You were all granted rest within this land. That's about where we left off. Am I right, or have I missed anything?
I don't think so. I think that was a... Unless...
Unless you want to include the bounty board part.
No.
But okay.
You had found some information yourself, I guess is probably what I would add, but the bounty port part, negligible to the main story. From
Yay.
there, you guys have now effectively completed your long rest, having been granted the opportunity to sleep and restore yourselves to your prime nature. At this moment as well, as you all are beginning to wake up, those of you who would gather your things and head out of the tent first, whoever the first out of the tent is in this instance, probably one of the navigators, so I would imagine it would be probably either... It would probably be Jack Steele, honestly.
Yeah, I was
be the
about to
first
say,
out.
because this is my lands.
No, well, also knowing your history, you'd probably be the first one out. You can see as you exit, standing in front of the door, there is one of the sentinels from the Jotun Guard.
Oh.
You see a fairly muscular, manly figure with a lot of open chest garments, tattoos that stretch across his chest. This is a height of a Goliath as well. Naturally a Goliath, I should say, not from their magical means of obtaining the giant ship. But as you exit and look to him, he looks down to you and in a kind of broken common accent. It's a broken common, but it's definitely a kind of like a giant kin accent. He talks down to you. Matron mother want to see fighter and friend.
Aye. I shall let them know as soon as they awake.
You come with to friend, to matron.
Aye.
And just kind of waits.
And I guess I'll be waiting with him.
Okay. Eventually, the rest of you gather your stuff and make your way out of the tent. Goran grabbing the camper's respite along his way out. And do you relay the information, Jack?
I do indeed.
Okay. Well,
The matron wishes to speak with all of us.
Well, actually, we have our own giant who can speak the language, but would anyone like comprehend languages? Nope.
Looks like you're gonna be the translator then.
All right,
Well,
I'm gonna help translate.
I used to be able to.
Yeah.
I hope you can keep up.
Let's hope I can do.
okay. So, what's
Should
happening?
I'm gonna cast comprehend languages so I can help translate.
I don't think it's right now though.
Okay. Well, okay. The giant, the Goliath that's there, standing in front of you all, kind of expecting something.
Yeah, I was. Oh,
Like-
I will be to the giant. We are ready now.
You come now.
Aye.
He looks
Just
over
nod my
at
head.
Illiken. Make sure they follow.
I just
And
nod my head.
begins to lead you all kind of where the cliffside to your right used to be like this large kind of flat cliff. As you come towards the end of it, it does begin to descend as you are following it along, leading closer and closer to that grave site you had noticed earlier that has now begun to become cloaked in snow. While as the day has come, I should mention the weather. The weather at the moment is clouding, darker, and to the point where it has precipitated some snow, and it is continuing to fall as we speak, or as you move. Dumb. As you're following the Goliath along the cliff face, eventually it comes to a point where you could climb it without any reasonable difficulty. Maybe just a couple giants step up, if you would, over that end of the cliff, and you continue actually southward in this direction. You travel for maybe another hour or two before eventually you come to a position where along this side, the southern area, there's another kind of almost like a mountain of snow is what it looks like. Though just from this perspective, Illiken, you can actually kind of see just a little bit over it with your height, and barely make out that this area in particular is actually a cliffed dome, or a cliffed, kind of like a bowl, I should mention. It's really odd. But as you continue moving southward, you eventually get to the entryway where you can see there are a pair of male warriors, each with a spear in their arms, standing out in the snow in their heavier, like warming garments, neither of natural giant descent, who don't acknowledge you as you come in. The Goliath that's with you looks to you, Illiken. Follow the path. The large tent. Down there. Do you see it?
I do.
She is waiting for you. And
I
then
nod my head.
he turns to everybody else. Go now. Follow. And points to Illiken.
Jack will
Yes,
just give
we
a
follow.
nod and head on.
Illiken, you
I
now
step
there
forward.
leading the rest of your group. You can see there are a number of tents and a couple campfires here and there, kind of making this area warm and habitable stay. And as you guys are making your way in, looking to your left and your right, you see a number of people, some tanning what looks like dark and heavy furs from some kind of creature. You can see some lighter gray pelts too on one side. On the other side, you can see there are a couple of like the fire pits that I mentioned before, where meat is being kind of like cooked over the fire and watched over by some of these people. You are noticing that there is a strong presence of both male and female figures, but those of those in the more male figurine or stances are unmoving and almost seem like they're in a kind of petrified state. You do get close enough to one of them as you do hear their breathing, but they look as though they are well-disciplined guards, more well-disciplined than any guard you've ever seen.
Very different from Goliath.
But eventually you make your way to the larger tent that was pointed out to you. And as you get closer, one of the male sentinels there looks at your
Excuse me.
group, acknowledges your presence, and opens the tent for you all to enter. And as he opens it, he grabs it from high and pulls back. And this tent's large enough that it could reasonably hold a Goliath, even.
It would be a bit awkward if it didn't.
Yeah, I know.
Are
I
you
figured that was
okay?
worth a mention. Not be like, oh yeah, this camp, it's a giant's camp. Still have to crouch. Like, no. So I figured I'd mention that too.
We're not going to reach any of the shelves now.
There are no shelves.
It would be a little funny
I'm a
if
tall boy.
the giants
normal character
lived
not.
in very
Sorry.
tiny tents.
But you might
Be
not
like
know
Wizards of
this.
Waverly Place, where you've got like that
I'm not-
one kid that's got to use all the smaller doors because he was adopted by giants. Anyway,
Oh, God.
Yes. You.
you all.
Do they have that?
No,
I don't remember that one.
don't. Just don't. Candle's crooked. You all make your way one by one, entering the tent, and there you can see there is the tiefling that you had fought the night previously, who is there with a couple bandages across her chest and her arms, as well as she currently is sitting on the floor, being tended to by a pair of wardens, and from on her left is I don't know how to describe her, except
Mhm.
as a burly,
Early.
large mountain giant.
Ooh.
Oh,
Fuck
Mountain
does
giant.
burly
a
mean?
giant, an actual giant. Oh,
big, like broad.
internally, I would probably be wondering if this is really not a dream, if this is happening.
Oh my god,
Because they're
I'm such a
basically
big fan.
elusive.
Oh my god, Justin Bieber.
So, as you all walk in and witness this, each one at a time, she eventually addresses you, Illiken. I hear you fought valiantly against my own guardian.
I'm guessing she's the mother,
I am the matron.
the matron. Yes.
Who might you be?
My name is Illiken Thuliaga, word painter.
Then you
I
are an
am
artisan.
from the mountains on another continent.
She understands. Word painter,
Yes,
you are a craftsman, yes? How have you acquired this name?
a very long journey.
She kind of gestures for you to continue.
Okay, this is the nervous part for me. I was visited by a god of wind on the night that I had to leave my home. I traveled for a long time before coming across two friends. I gestured towards them. And I joined them, at first not knowing much. I absorbed all of the knowledge that I could find. And oh, this is nerve-wracking.
Word
This is the
painter.
PowerPoint presentation.
To create
Yes.
the journey and marked of your own. To expel this verbally to your tribe once you return. Of a world outseen, yes?
Indeed.
Historians are a much needed people.
Very much
As
so.
are warriors. You have managed to prove you are one in the same, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
We have granted you permission to stay the night where you chose to rest.
I am deeply grateful, matron.
This was under the guidance of the Otengard. Through the will of your strength and your mettle, your will to fight and survive. This we have great respect for. And you see all of the other priests and sentinels take an arm, whatever arm was free from whatever weapon they might have been holding, if any at the time, placed it to their chest and bow. We wish to grant you an offer.
And what would that be?
This offer to extend to you and your companions an offer of freedom of movement, of passage within our lands, granted by your assistance to our desires. We
Dear
have two
matron.
requests. She holds up the two fingers.
Hmm.
First, we are missing a relic. One that was stolen from us by a grand warrior. One who, through deceit and hatred, malice even, stole it from our grasp. The head of our Jotun father. We had sent one individual to find this person, a priestess of our sisterhood. She has not returned.
That does seem quite troublesome. And worrisome.
She was granted
I
by
would be...
another warrior who presented himself to be quite capable. She was to be his slave and guardian. Whatever she is to delegate her duty alongside his. The other issue. And she pulls out what looks like, she has like next to her a drawing of something and hands it to you. And on this page that's kind of sketched out, the first is what looks like a solid like giant head, and that
Ooh.
you can guess is the object she described the first time. It looks like a zombified giant head. The second object, however, looks to be like a broken talisman. There are 3 different shards, or 3 different pieces of it. The top piece that seems to be connected to a drawn like wire that fades past wherever would have been, as the piece wasn't completed drawing. The 3 pieces have a drawing on them that you can't quite make out of what it is. And then the matron continues. That is an ancient amulet that was granted to us by our giant kin to teach us and the ways of our sentinels and sisters, the art of runes. This piece was broken, shattered. You are not permitted to see it, for you are not worthy yet, though you may be. This rune was shattered by an individual, somebody who went running after its destruction. We wish on our part to restore its enchantment and its runic ancestry. But to do that, you must seek vengeance on its behalf.
I would be deeply honored.
Either of these quests that I present to you are yours to accomplish if you do see fit. The Jotun Guard do expect results, but in the interim...
My people never back down from a challenge.
She smiles. In the interim, you and your people are granted passage through our lands. You may not learn our ancestry. You may not worship our lands. But you may rest along with giants. She leans back into her chair. Dismissed. Other questions you have maybe asked to any of our sister guard. The sentinels may not speak to you.
I take a bow.
Yeah. At the dismissal, Jack will remove his hat and give a little courteous bow.
I'll basically gesture for everyone to bow.
Those that seem a little
Chip.
delayed in the process, like even Child, who's kind of just like cleaning her ear at the moment, looks at you and then bows.
Didn't know we're bowing. God.
And then you all leave the tent. Following you is the tiefling that you had beaten in a fight, Illiken, as she makes her way out to you. Should you want any more information, you may ask me. I will be guiding you through our village.
Would you like some aid with those wounds?
No.
Kind of give you a look of you probably shouldn't continue on that.
Yep.
I'll explain later.
She said no.
Kind of
I don't
look.
know if my mic caught it or not.
It did.
Okay.
Like,
So?
Guess we get. Is it like, should we do one of them, or is it we're doing both? Because I'm up to do both. It seemed pretty epic, not gonna lie.
We have a lot of things we can do now.
But we always have a lot of things to do.
And then one more thing that only 2 people know about, and neither of them are here today.
Yeah. But you know, we can still do stuff.
Yeah.
At which point Valeth actually chimes in. You know, we should probably ask questions.
Do you think that's advisable, Illiken?
Just don't be rude about it. Don't
Yeah.
entice them.
I should mention the tiefling that's there has been speaking common this entire time.
Mhm.
The matron did not. She spoke giant.
I'll give a rough translation of the conversation to everyone. Just looking at Illiken, like, is this correctly translated? Did I capture like the nuance of it? But
Silence.
yeah, and also don't worry, I wasn't going to, after that look you gave me, I definitely wasn't going to push the
It was kind of a
use
look
of
that meant I'll explain it later when we're not
Oh.
around them. So that
Okay,
way,
fair.
if I say something rude, because I don't know what's okay and what's not okay to say, at least around them, I'd rather not be around them when I say it.
Fair enough.
Because this culture is similar to, but not the same as, my culture. And it's a little nerve-wracking.
The tiefling looks to you all. Do you have any questions?
I look towards them to give them a go ahead.
This is spelling giant.
Well, before... No, all this is in common. Before I ask this question, I want to make sure I don't already know this from previous knowledge.
Okay.
Exactly how far north of here does their territory extend?
You do not know that information.
Okay. Then I will ask that.
Okay. Our territory exists as far as we can see from our domain. If you see our grave sites or our home, turn back. Or you should advise others to. Not used to the matron giving or granting passage through our lands.
I
Consider
will
yourselves
ensure
welcome.
that this word is spread in the settlements and towns. so they are aware to stay away.
There is an alternative for granting yourself access to our lands, and that is to follow our dominion.
If you don't mind my asking, what is your dominion?
We are the Jotengard. We guard the giants where they sleep, where they rest, and in other places where our forefather might guide us to lead. A number of us have travelled outside of our lands, granted to do so by the matron herself through the guidance of the Father.
I believe I have some brothers and sisters from my home who would be honored to come and join you.
So you do not come from a place of worship or a place of guardianship.
It is essentially the wild. But we are not completely wild.
It has been a long time since I have known your kind, then. Many of your people call this world exile.
Indeed. And I am what is called an exiled person, or an exiled.
Are you exiled from your
Of my own
land?
accord.
That is unfortunate.
If I had stayed, I would have brought shame to my parents for not following the same ways. But when I am ready to return home, I'm sure they would welcome me back.
What is your name? She said
Illican.
Word painter, yes?
Indeed.
This one was not granted a name of giants. Her name is Difi, and she indicates her name as herself. And Difi, D-I-P-H-I. Mason, I swear to God.
I didn't realize my notification volume was on. I'm sorry.
I. I'm adding a note.
Put them
Change
down as an
the
ally.
spelling if I messed anything up.
If he and they're a what are they again?
She is a priest or priestess of the Jotengard.
I definitely did not mean to put a Y where the T was supposed to go.
Jotengard.
Jotengard. So Jotun, Jotun, guard.
It basically just means guard of the giants.
Mm-hmm.
And Jotun is not like Northern mythology?
Yeah.
Norse.
As in Norse mythology, yes, if you must know.
Norse mythology,
One of
I
the
guess.
coolest mythologies.
I know, right?
This is like your only culture. Come on, man.
I got my name from there.
You unculturally cultured swine. I'm actually gonna open up my dice.
I think if somebody is uncultured of their own culture, it makes them even more uncultured.
Cough, cough, Mason.
Oh yeah, no, I'm most definitely in that category.
So, while Diffie is here, do you have any questions for her about your quests?
Do we have any leads on where the person who stole your patriarch's head is?
Dragonborn. You call it, yes?
Where?
I believe so.
No.
What is your name?
Diffie.
Not her.
What?
was to him, not to
Oh,
her.
the exorcist? What are we?
Oh,
To me.
Who are you talking to, Illiken?
are you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm an elf. Okay, hold up. Let's backtrack the conversation. What did Diffie say?
Diffie said Dragonborn, and no, she does not know where this individual is.
Oh, what the
Oh.
Dragonborn's name is? Okay.
Okay.
What Gorehead's name is? Like, what-
Do we know his name?
No. Only that he is a
Eh,
thief.
well,
I'm going to
to
go
you.
ahead and guess that he has already left the giant's land.
That would be wise of him.
Very.
Do we have any
when
more?
did this happen?
Many moons ago. Many moons.
I have a stomach feeling that he's in the cave, but we'll not know that.
I would not understand your claim. A cave.
Yes, it's a huge cave filled with monsters, as far as we know, which we were supposed to explore, but decided to do something else beforehand. Like, he
What
might have
cave would you be referring to?
Uh,
the
back up
fucking
just
what
a
is it?
moment.
Like the
The
I don't know what it's called. It's
a
the one.
cave. It is a cave at the mount of Mount. I know I'm gonna butcher that pronunciation. Help.
Ulthrone?
It starts with a V. Isn't
Is
it?
it a V? That's
I
not
think that's a
V.
V.
Vilthran? Nah.
Mount
You're looking on the
Ulfrun.
map?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cave of
Ulfrun.
Ulfrun.
Ulthrone, okay.
It is the
Yes.
forsaken place for our people. The dangerous place. Filled with cold that even bites through our skin.
Sounds like a nice picnic.
Then
Do you
it's,
know
that
anything
seems.
else?
That I
about
That's-
didn't know I
place?
could feel.
If it is a forsaken place of the giants, then it seems that would be the perfect place for a criminal of the giants to hide.
You may find his corpse. And potentially our boon.
That would be the
But you may
best
also
result,
lose other
or the
things
best
in the process.
Hmm.
Regarding your lives.
Well,
It is
I'll be-
dangerous in there.
It is possible I could use my magic to protect us with what I have learned.
Possibly.
if he is in there, there's only one way to find out.
Yes, well, on the topic of like where to go, like I know, giant quest, very cool, am I right? But we are headed to Frostdale as promised, which I don't know if it's morally right to bring child until
We-
a cave.
We can look at the cave on our way back.
Yes, that's not what I was thinking.
I almost forgot that I am still experiencing the cold damage, acheness, and
You
bite.
dying? You need help?
Right
What's that?
from during the battle.
What about during the battle?
When I got hit with the cold spells.
You're still resistant to cold damage. It was her
Yes, I
magic
know,
that you were
but I
not
can still
resistant to.
feel the cold.
No, you feel normal. Your body
Okay.
did not change in any way. It's her magic that
No.
pierced through your resistance. That's it.
Yeah, it was just a type of thing that ignores resistance.
Yes,
That
the
was it.
world is still very cold. It is snowing, Illiken.
Oh, I know, I'm well aware. It's not
I
how
would-
I
I-
wish it was.
I'm just imagining Illiken sitting there thinking like it's like a shiny forest. Nice. Back in Kylen-Jaal.
Schizophrenia.
Not
you
as
know.
Then it shakes her head.
grizzly
Where'd
sight
this
as the
snow come
mountains
from?
I'm from.
It's this. It's this.
Oh. I also.
You also what?
I need to amend something actually. I told you about the individual who broke the amulet.
Did you?
Oopsie.
To kind of backtrack a bit, the dude who stole the head, it's unclear as to who that person is.
Okay.
Because we just forget that it's a guy and he's a dragonborn and
So,
something.
who's the one in this party who has a dad that's on this continent?
You mean the thing that you don't know about?
I assume maybe.
Yeah, this is an out of character.
That was me.
I'm going to go ahead and guess out of character that it's probably going to be your dad. Oh,
I'm gonna.
Bro, that would be an epic twist. Too bad that
I don't
Illidan
know.
guessed it. Now Rexel
I
has to
could be
change
totally
the
off.
story.
Yeah, quit giving him ideas.
One second.
You know. Yeah, Rexel's like rewriting the story. Like, fuck.
Yeah, live on camera.
I mean, that is a DM thing. It is possible.
Absolutely not. I will not just rewrite my story.
I know you won't. I just know you could.
Without us even noticing, too.
Yeah. Plus, you've already given us hints otherwise, so.
But that would be a pain to change the story and have to deal with the consequences
Yeah.
later.
Plus, I know he's been working on this for a while.
A while? Try several years.
This part of the story for a while.
Yeah.
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 I don't
And
think
fucking
it was like
God
5
damn
years
it.
ago.
Derailed. Okay, back on track.
Well.
So the mystery dragonborn is the person who broke the amulets,
Yes.
apparently?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Broke an amulet, stole a giant's head, and ran off.
yeah. So
Which
he doubled the
actually,
services. Yeah.
I gotta
So is it
think of stuff here because I fucked up royally.
We'll forget that he's a dragonborn. That's fine. We
No,
forgot.
he's involved. It's just the amulet wasn't a thing that I was supposed to mention yet.
We're forgotten about that too.
Because
Honestly.
you're looking for something else. If I may, and I'm so sorry about this, we're gonna backtrack one more time, just a little bit. The mention of the picture of the amulet doesn't exist. Instead, you're looking for a book. The book you're looking for doesn't have but a couple of like runic symbols on it that are really difficult to make out, as they seem like they're just kind of scribbled on symbols. But it looks, as it's drawn, it's a heavy tome. And the book's name you are not permitted to know.
Like, how heavy are we talking? Are we talking like 20 pounds, or are we talking like 500 pounds?
You don't know. It's a drawing. You don't know.
Oh.
But the book itself is a book that you're looking for, and it looks like the pages themselves, as it's kind of drawn, are pages that were torn from other places and put in. Somebody who would speak the language that the runes are written on would probably be able to translate it, but that would have been in the conversation beforehand, and now we're back to the right thing. This individual stole the tome.
Oh, not the head?
Right, no. The head was taken by somebody mysterious, and it was up to a number of sisters, which at this point, as you were talking, and you're talking with Defi about this, the head was taken by something or someone, as it was unclear and unseen. The head has been missing for some time, and the best lead that they had was an individual trying to pawn it off on somebody within Aurora.
Well,
though that lead in particular went nowhere. It is thought to have gone... Here, I'll get back into character, actually. The head is thought to have gone out of the continent. As exiles, that would not be possible for you to leave. though we have a pair of sisters out as guardians to others. One had not returned yet. The other returned unsuccessful.
That's no good.
Don't you worry. We shall be leaving at some point.
Any
Some point
further
in the near
questions?
future. Might sound stupid, but can I know what the tome is of? What kind of tome, I guess? If she's in
Make a
religious.
persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
And
Luckily, I am made.
hang on, and if you're using your sorceress thing to give yourself advantage on the check, you have to do that before you roll because it'll just cancel out the disadvantage.
Nah, I'll do it with disadvantage because I'm epic.
Okay.
That's a 21.
With disadvantage?
I got a 12 and a 19.
Plus 9. Damn!
I'm epic. I tell you, every time.
Okay. So, she
That-
leans in.
Wow.
She leans into you, Spot, and kind of pulls Illiken a little closer to hear this as well. The matron does not wish you to know this, as the tome is here under protection. But it is called the Book of Frost. Something along those lines. Even I was not permitted to know. It is an ancient tome guarded to, as it's said, seal away something. We believe it to be a demon or a god. One with ill intent, as far as we are concerned. And then she pulls away. There's not much I know about that, but that is what I do know.
Thank you.
Do not betray my trust.
I will not.
Any more questions?
Unless anyone else have some, I am done with my questions.
I don't think I have any questions at the moment, but we will let you know if
Oh right, I did have a
Starry,
quick
what the
question.
fuck?
Oh god, what did Starry do now?
No, don't.
What?
The
Jesus
memes.
fucking
What is it?
Christ.
What?
You smile though, it's funny.
Fucking
It's just
lightning.
weird.
Sorry. Why?
We're getting off
You
track.
answered.
Guys, don't
Okay,
get off
back
track.
to the
Please
story.
stop looking at the memes. It's just a bunch
Yes.
of Lightning McQueen stuff, and all it says is hardcore text or hardcore sex starter pack.
Hardcore Lightning McQueen. Rule
Yeah,
34.
there you go. Hard porn Lightning McQueen. Okay. Can we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did have a question about
Yes.
that size changing. Is that exclusively for the Jotengard?
We recognize that you serve a patron of your own, whoever this patron of wind may be. We serve a
Unfortunately,
patron
the patron I
ourselves.
follow now is not that god of wind, but it is a god entirely different that I didn't know existed.
Then it is potentially a patron that would not welcome you, should you be so quick to abandon others. And if I misunderstand, I apologize, but
I didn't choose to follow this god. It kind of forced its way.
Whatever your
I mean,
reasoning,
the god of wind guided me away from my
It-
home, but it was not the patron that I followed
word painter,
initially.
whatever
I
your
want to show her the
reasoning,
amulet.
whatever the reasoning, we do not wish to know.
All I want to do is show her the amulet. And this is all that I knew.
Which, that amulet that you have, by the way, now shows the form of the gods of void.
That's joyous.
She looks at it, doesn't recognize the symbol, and goes to answer your question finally. Our patron is that of the Jotengard, or in our case, our patron in particular is our ancestors that we lay and protect in rest. We carry the blood of the Jotun along with us, in our magic, in our bodies, in our will. That is who we serve. She should not be so quick to disjudge you. You may potentially be accepted into the Jotengard should you be looking for answers, should you be looking for a purpose, a reason. Those who have lost their way often come for our aid, if they don't wish to harm us first. You have proven your worth. Should your friends assist you in continuing this worth to be proven, it is possible that we may potentially allow you the knowledge of our craft, our magic. But that is a conversation for a future time.
Indeed. The important task at hand is now to go and retrieve what has been taken.
Yeah.
Please,
Oh.
make your leave then. Continue on your journey. And may you return with success.
Thank you.
And as you all begin to kind of just leave, the sentinels are moving from their position. She, Diffie, leads you out of the kind of bowl that is this camp of the Jotengard, and kind of points in the direction, and this would be kind of northward-ish, but points that way and says, "The Dragonborn ran that way with the tome. We do not know what he changed, whether or not he changed direction, lost his way, or is just gone."
I'm stupid. Which way did he point?
North.
Okay.
Just north somewhere.
Sounds like a fun mission.
Skew of
So this-
north.
Mm-hmm.
One off two.
That's all you've got. So from
That's
here,
not-
where would you guys like to go?
What time of day is it?
This would be... You guys woke up in the middle of the night. It's probably took an extra hour to rest. But it would still probably be sometime, like, vaguely midday-ish. It's kind of hard to tell with the cloud cover being as heavy as it is, and it's still continuing to snow.
So we're just in a like a dome area.
You were in kind of like a bowl. A bowl of like where a cliffside kind of made a bowl, and then there's like one area that you were able to leave and exit, enter and exit out of. But that's where you guys are currently at, is that exit way. Because as you guys have left at this point, or escorted out, if you had any more questions, Diffie is still there, but she has kind of generally given you the location or the direction that the Dragonborn ran off to, and that's all you've been given notice for.
Was the place we're at kind of like a village or like a town?
Like
Or
a
like
camp.
a camp. Okay, that was thinking. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
All right.
Excuse me.
Should we just get on with it? Get there? What do you guys think?
That's why I was asking you guys, what direction are you guys headed out to?
I would assume we'd continue on to Frostdale and pick up this trail on our way back.
Feel like we kind of have to.
Child
do
just
one mission at a time.
thumbs up.
Give a thumbs up back to child.
Well, if we head over to Frostdale, that would be going southeast.
East. Yeah, southeast.
But
Okay.
we're closer to Frostdale than we are Mount Ulfron.
Yeah.
I meant to
Mount-
do the U, but it went to O.
Ulfron. We could be on our back way to Aurora whenever we have to go back there.
Yeah.
Adventure, please.
Okay. So you guys are headed to Frostdale then?
Believe so.
All right. Continuing your journey, you all, with each passing day and night, as you guys must take some time to rest in between certain times of day, you eventually make your way into or towards what looks like a fairly large city as you guys are getting close, and you can see certain taller walls similar to Aurora, though not on the top of a cliff face. Walls that kind of stretch fairly high, covering the building tops that you could see, save for one or two pointed tips of towers here and there. As you make your way into or towards the city, you can see a fairly large-ish kind of gate that's there and drawn down, and as you guys get closer from your footsteps, making yourselves known or obviously seen, the gate begins to rise, and there you can see atop the wall a pair of guards that are currently looking out in your directions, kind of just acknowledging your existence. I don't know why I decided to take a
Go
bite
ahead.
there. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
So, as the gate lifts to accommodate your heights, Illican, you make your way into the threshold of the town or the city itself, where you can see as the snow falls, there's a number of places where people are walking, and you can see where like the road is kind of laid out, but it's still difficult. During this day, it's continued to snow for the last couple of days. You can see there are some people that are out there, some with like these strange, they look like oil lanterns almost, as they're being held out by a couple guards. As they walk down, the snow begins to quickly melt and almost like be pushed away from the light in the fire itself. As they make their way down one of the roads, and the snow coming down just begins to recover, but at a very, very slow pace. You can see buildings that stretch, a couple here and there that go up to maybe 2 stories, some to 3. And ahead, as you kind of continue further on, you can see there is a number of towers here and there in different like spread out points of the city that maybe go up to 5 or 6 stories, just barely enough to see over the walls in some places. As you all continue to walk through the city itself, though, you can see a number of people feel generally safe here. You can see some of the kids that exist in this town are out in like the middle courtyard area playing in some of the snow. It's definitely a strange place for something known as the Exile Lands, from back where you all came from, or from most of you came from. And you get the sense this is a town that's been kind of like set up as probably a breakaway from that reality. You do come to a point where as you guys reach that court kind of area, that open zone in the city, there is what looks like a area that is walled off by fencing, a grassland that is preserved into a pristine, like, lively grass that seems out of place from everywhere else you've been on this continent, in addition to the fact that snow that that comes down turns to liquid and touches the grass to give it life, in a sense. It doesn't even get to hit it as snow. You can also see that on this temple there are what look like symbols of 4 different elements. The 4 elements: fire, water, wind, and earth. And as you guys make it to the courtyard, a child looks over to the temple, gives a deep sigh, and says, "Well, I'm here. God, I thought this would be easier. Okay. I appreciate the traveling. God, I really don't want to go in there."
Out of character, what does child have to do
She didn't tell you.
there? Okay. Can I ask? Oh, actually, no.
You don't have to ask
I
me if you
mean,
can
what?
do stuff. Just tell me what you want to do. I'll tell you how it can be achieved.
We'll always be here to support you, and if you don't want to deal with whatever it is you have to deal with on your own, we can be here for you.
It's fine. Just the last time I was here, I kind of sort of ran away.
No, that's fair.
Fuck. I'm
Which
sorry.
wasn't exactly... I don't know. I was abandoned here. This is kind of home for me. But it's still tough.
Mhm.
And
We
I'm
left you
hoping
here.
to kind of return and improve my connection to my training. As well as maybe get a few answers.
That's a noble goal.
You'd think. Whew. Fuck it, right? Gotta happen some point.
Yeah,
Okay. And we're going... Nope.
you can do it.
Now, and you see her like try to go through the process of psyching herself up before eventually she takes the first step, and then the second and third, and keeps going. Doesn't really say goodbye to you either. Just kind of
Silent
goes.
clapping.
What's that?
I clap. Good job.
You see
I'm
her like bend her head down and kind of shake it, like like for fuck's sake, kind of like the embarrassment of it. But as she kind of turns, right before she looks at you with that dead glare, you barely catch a smile.
I win.
Be safe, our friend,
That's fun.
and send a letter or something. Carry your pigeon.
She waves back. Will do.
Magic
And
message.
crosses the threshold and makes it into the temple, or begins to walk into the temple.
We're such great friends.
Wait. Temple of what? I missed it. I was researching.
She didn't tell you, but you can see
Damn.
there are 4 separate elements, and you gather from her capabilities, this temple is a Way of the 4 Elements temple. Their study is the... Well, you wouldn't know that because you didn't go in. Never mind.
That was the thing. I was just debating it.
Let's go in.
It's an open access if you wanted to go in.
It is.
Yeah, Jack personally was debating going in.
Like, it's kind of awkward that we said goodbye to Child. Child walks in, and then we walk in later.
We should probably give it a day.
Be that weird moment, like you're, oh, bye, and then like you're getting off the phone and they're right there.
Yeah, you walk the same direction.
Yeah, you're like,
home,
oh yeah, same. Yeah, after a conversation, like bye, and then you both start walking the same way.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's give it a couple hours. There's something else to do here, right?
I mean, it's Frostdale.
Yeah, in Frostdale, you can
Yeah.
certainly see a lot of things if you wanted to.
Frostdale, you can do everything. It's the Frostdalian dream.
What exactly knowledge of Frostdale does Jack have at all, if any?
Make a history check.
Back to D&D Beyond. I got the wrong tab open. I accidentally closed it. Check. There.
Don't you just love when that happens?
I was researching, and I had a D&D Beyond tab, but it was not my character sheet.
The fuck was you researching?
Things.
Stuff.
D&D
Don't
related
worry about
things.
it. God.
Okay, skills. There they are. Blah, blah, blah. Where's there? That one. That's a 17.
17. Frostdale's not necessarily known for anything except being a place where nonsense amongst, like... Nonsense is not welcome. It's a place
Ah.
that's guarded, that kind of very similarly to Aurora it still has a guard, but is a lot more strict and maintained by a separate like entity of command. Though still follows the same laws, restrictions, and regulations that the government of Aurora takes care of.
Future Civil War.
Awesome.
So this is probably a place Jack was warned to stay away from as a child.
You never made it here as a child.
Yeah,
I
didn't.
I will give you this. You were, however, before being stationed at Aurora as a gate guard, were stationed here as a infantry unit.
See, that's
So
the
you
thing I
have
was
been
thinking
here before.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, what's there to do, Jack?
You don't know I've been here before.
Yes.
Well,
Hey, Riley,
you
what do I
live here.
see?
I would assume you've
Like
been
a
here
store
Perception
before.
check.
Okay.
I'll make a perception check.
No,
Wait.
Starry asked me, so he wanted to know what he
Oh.
can see around him, which he'll get some other
Okay.
stuff, but he might get more.
Okay, fair enough.
23.
23.
Oh.
Looking around, you can see there are a number, like there's the temple. It's the most obvious thing that's there. There's also a number of like buildings that have open doors where things can be purchased. You get the sense this, like, aside from being a more lively place, looks like Riften and Skyrim. Though no port. But a lot of the buildings have a lot of that same kind of structure if you've ever been there. You can also see that there's yeah, a couple of unlabeled shops. There are some places like you can smell like some food being prepared in some places. There are more like well-established places here, as it's not like directly where exiles reside. Very heavy presence of blue-skinned tieflings. But there are other figures as well. It just seems like that is the majority population here.
Hmm. That's
Awesome.
interesting.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah.
Do you think I could get like, what can I go to the place where the food's being prepared? Is there like, can I buy food? Can I have a meal?
Where you kind of smell that food, you kind of take your nose and follow it like a cartoony sense. Not the whole floating, but you're like, oh, that smells good, and you kind of go
Like,
in that
oh,
direction.
pie,
Yeah.
the pie cooling off in the
You don't.
window.
It's not a
Oh,
lot of pastries. It's a lot of like freshly cooked meats that you're smelling.
that's
Um,
amazing.
it's stuff you've not
Right.
smelt before, but you get the sense like you know when you smell something, you're like, oh, there's protein there. Or you smell something,
Yeah.
you definitely know it's meat. That's what you're smelling, and you kind of make your way in there. And where you go to the entryway, you can actually see inside. It's some light conversation here and there amongst a couple of tables. There are a few tables that are empty, quite a few. But people seem to be eating food that's prepared. It's a lot of meat that's here, as well as maybe some like mashed up kind of like this brown. It almost looks like mashed potatoes, but it's a heavy dark brown on one of their plates, in addition to maybe a couple of other like strange either blue or green, like they look like fruits of some kind that's prepared there. Stuff that you've never seen before.
Awesome.
But the meat smells pretty good.
Eating meat with fruit. Whatever.
Right. Do I see like a cash register, like not maybe not cash production, but like a place where like a counter where I could buy food.
This is not an Olive Garden, and there's no bar here, but this is a
H-U-I
restaurant of a sort,
K.
and you get the
That's what I
sense,
was looking for.
being, much like in Candolia where you're from, you would very much, in a restaurant, just kind of find a place, sit down, and wait to be served.
Oh, okay. Well, can I ask everyone else if they want to come with me? Or do I have
Oh,
to go back?
hearing the
Oh,
word
I'll do that.
food other than Goodberry, Jack would have been
Oh,
in.
no, you smell it too.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, no.
I
Jack,
wait for
well, in
people
that
like,
case,
come here,
Jack
come
would
here.
have just gravitated before anything was said.
Well, you would think that, but you're in the middle of saying goodbye, everything, you turn and see, where the hell is Starry gone? And you kind of go over in that direction just a little bit, smell the food, and you're like, ah, I get it.
No, yeah, I like to think that like Jack doesn't even question where Star's gone, or yeah,
Amazing. Well,
he
me,
he
Jack.
just smells the food, starts going, and it's like, oh, there he is.
Ah,
Wait,
okay.
how'd you get here?
Awesome. Me, you, and everyone else who wants to come. We'll go over and sit down at a table.
Okay.
Yes.
Which, as you're there, there's not much to do in the sense of narration here, aside from here narrating being at a restaurant. If you guys want to take the day to rest, have food, as you're kind of here near the afternoon side of this travel, you can very much take the time to relax, replenish supplies should you need them, go exploring for anything within the city. For the sake of this, food for the group, if you guys are all staying there, we'll charge you about, well, there's 9 of you. It
Billion gold.
no, I'd say it'd probably run you about 1 gold for the food.
I'll take it. I'll do it. All of it.
What?
And
Well,
then
that's
it'll
pretty
be
cheap.
Offered money?
it'll be about 3 gold for the stay for the night.
Yeah.
For probably fitting all of you about 3 rooms.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll pay for the rooms, I guess. That's epic.
Sounds like
Yeah,
a plan.
food.
And then should you guys wish to shop for anything, there's the potential for that as well, or exploring the city, you could do that as well.
You got my new gloves. I'm good.
Yeah, but if everybody's good, we'll move on and continue on with the session as you guys are leaving the city and continuing your travel to where?
Well,
I thought we were going
After-
to the temple.
after we got food, Jack would have been curious and actually might have gone to check out the temple.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to check out the temple too.
All right. So, is anybody going to the temple with Jack or?
I would like to.
Yeah.
I'd like to as well.
Okay.
Knowing Valeth, I would think Valeth wouldn't, but like I can't speak to that.
Well, for the sake of this, because Valeth and Caroline are not here, they will hang out with whoever's not there.
Yeah.
So for anybody who's going, you can just say you're there when we get there. But as you enter, you you look around and you can see that there are a number of people in some kind of conversation with very serious expressions. You can see that there are in this temple there are 6 different pathways almost in this large open area. To the left you see a hallway, and on flanking the hallway left and right you can see 2 separate open doorways almost, that seem to be leading into separate rooms. The doorways are open, and from this direction you actually see one symbol, and underneath that symbol, the doorway and open, you can see there's one specific from what you can see in there's a lot of misshapen, almost it looks like the room itself is misshapen from the angle you're coming in at, but you can't quite see much than that. The floor is a little odd, but that's it. And to the right side, there's another doorway that's open. You can see, and inside, you actually see an individual who's kind of in the middle of shaping and reshaping water. And there's one other person that comes in that's right there and tries to throw something there, and the water immediately freezes and then maintains in place in the air. A hallway, and then another doorway you can't see from this angle. As you're entering, one of the other people that's there in conversation turns and looks in your direction, takes a bow to the person they were speaking to. Blue-skinned tiefling, kind of receding hairline in the back, black hair, and what looks like almost like it would have been like a really long goatee if it wasn't intentionally cut and kept to a fine tip point down like just maybe an inch away from his chin. Looks in, turns and begins walking your direction. Good evening to all of you who are here. Might I ask your purpose for being here? Are you wishing for a tour, or are you here for research, or potential scribes? How may I assist you?
We traveled here with a friend of ours who came in to visit this temple. We, or at least I, was quite curious of the place myself. Wish to learn more.
I see. A tour then. And your friend, a recent arrival, yes?
Aye.
I see. Well, your friend is currently busy at the moment, but by the name of Child. This is your friend, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, she is currently busy catching up on some of her studies that she has missed. I am uncertain of what she has told you of this place, but if it gives you peace of mind, I would be more than glad to give you all a tour.
Love to.
Much appreciated.
Of course. Please, follow me. And as he takes you, he kind of leads you over to the first door. And as he shows you the door, looking inside, you can see there's a pair of individuals that are currently in the middle of practice of some kind, sparring or manipulating. You can see there's I gotta do some thinking to see which room this is. Sorry, give me a second.
15.
Yeah, this is room
Is 15?
15. Fucker.
So where you practiced
Oops, it's
uh
the next one.
Or your
damn, what was that
practice
called? Damn it.
sentence.
That's what I was trying to tell you. So, in this room, that's what I thought it was. So in this room, you can see a number of people manipulating fire, and the symbol above that is a symbol of fire as well. You see inside the two people that are in the middle of sparring and attempting to complete training. They are currently fighting using this element of fire, and one kind of in the middle of like a midway kick as you all kind of peek into the doorway. The first kick, the fire kind of enveloping their foot as they strike towards it. The other individual parries the attack and pushes their fist backwards into the small of their back with an erupting flame and powerful hit. The other person kind of reacts to the hit and nearly falls to the ground before repositioning herself and continuing the fight. The dude who is the tiefling that's giving you the tour says, "This is an elemental room training fire, where the two people that you see fit here are in the middle of a sparring match. We study here in this temple of four elements the elemental ways of creation and destruction. Each of the four elements gives way to the creation of life itself. And our monks here strive to some master each of the different elements alone or master all of them together. Across the way over here," and he points to the next room, "we have the teaching of air, where air is an interesting element where we can manipulate the other three. It's considered to be the master element. Though over there," it points across the room again, "the manipulation of water, and the last room on the right, the manipulation of earth. And if you'll continue with me down this hallway, this way is our library." And as he takes you down the hallway, he leads you into a very large open doorway The two doors that are open are kind of just wide open and affixed via rope against two little hinges on the wall. And as you enter the room, there's a lot of people that look like they're in the middle of study. It reaches up to maybe a second floor, but there's only the first floor to access, no balcony or second floor. It's just about like 19-20-ish feet tall, this room. In here is where we hold a lot of the research within the city, a lot of the knowledge of the city and world around us. Some who come to add information will be given tomes to transcribe anything they've written down into a personal tome for our archives. And we do research it to not put falsities within our position, but most of what we hold is otherworldly knowledge of what exists beyond the walls. Exiles from different places come and apply their knowledge here and grant us access to their words. We have been upholding this for the last... this temple has been here, well, the library and the temple have existed alongside each other, though we upheld what was previously existing in its knowledge, and we've held knowledge from the last 300 or 400 years. Please, the tour continues this way, and you guys are led away from the doorway, not into the library, but back into that center area. And you are continued left. As you pass the room of air, you can see different people, a couple monks, 3 or 4 of them that are in there, currently in the middle of manipulating the sand that kind of creates dunes and moving things out of the way and pushing and pulling with the air. You make your way further down the hallway where you can see there is a large kind of courtyard that you find the rest of the fence kind of finishing off in this area. And is fenced off from the rest of the city. Everywhere in this area, it seems to be enchanted where the snow is falling, but never touching the ground. And instead, the wet ground itself, it's visibly wet, but it's a nice, beautiful, grassy area. Here we have our main garden, where we upkeep all of the life that exists within this area. This land, this grass you see around us, is natural to this realm, though completely destroyed and artificially restored to maintain as an existence. The weather here is too harsh, but this is what used to grow before this weather overtook it. It's uncertain as to what caused the destruction of this land by the harsh climate. But it wasn't always this way. And we do intend to find the answers to this question in particular, and maybe potentially restore it to what it used to be. Please continue away, and he leads you around to the final hallway, passing the room of water, where you can see other scribes melting ice into water, freezing it back, but returning it into a gaseous form, and you can see one of the other scribes, or another one of the other monks, kind of young, but emits fire to kind of blast into some of the ice, and as it breaks and kind of shatters in different directions, you can see one of the older individuals take like almost like a their like walking cane and just kind of on the side of their head. What are you doing? But you continue on down the chamber, and in this area, it is a closed double doors. Behind these doors are our resting areas, where we within this temple reside, and the guests among them who seek refuge, the homeless and the damned, come and find shelter for the night. Should you be needing shelter for the night, this is where it would be. Though I cannot guarantee it is a comfortable stay, it is a roof over your head. I can recommend other places should you be wishing to reside in more comfortable areas. Or should you have your own already picked out? And then he leads you back towards the entryway where when you pass the room of earth, there are towers that reach, like small towers of earth that reach up from the ground straight to the ceiling, and some that are currently in the middle of being manipulated and broken. As you see a single individual there in the midst of some training amongst the earth, the individual child.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You see her as you pass the doorway. She's in the middle of intense training, her brow sweating just from where she is, her hair pulled up tight in a unnatural from how you've seen her, but a very strict form. Her bow staff, all she has at her ready, as she currently is in the middle of destroying and replacing and manipulating the earth.
Red
She
Thunder, bro.
does not acknowledge the entryway as you pass.
That to become
And
the
thus
strongest of all.
concludes our tour of our home, if you would. One of the few existing temples of our teachings. And I don't know if I mentioned it before. Whatever, I don't know your teachings, but ours, what we believe in, what our teachings have taught us, is the existence of the four elements and their capacity to create, manipulate, and destroy life and death. Thank you all for coming here, and should you need our premise to study for any reason, we can guide you within our libraries, or should you need a place of refuge, we could guide you to that as well. Our courtyard, though, is mostly available to those who contribute to our library or our teachings, or maybe even follow them. But to outsiders necessarily, it is restricted off limits. Should there be anything else that you may inquire about? My name is Arcanus Zaracatus, or Zarakas. The title, by the way, Zarrakas.
Alright.
I have a
Write that down,
DM
yes.
question
Yes.
because this will influence what I do here.
Okay.
Do you have any answer to that religion question I gave you last week? Has that been thought of yet, or do we need more time on that?
Remind me of the question, and I might have an answer for you. Or if it's private, type it to me.
I will type it.
Okay.
Are they gonna put the name in the campaign notes?
What's that?
Yeah, no.
I was going
Get the
to do
name of the
that.
archivist in the notes.
That.
Yeah.
I was gonna do that, but then I forgot the name immediately.
Crap. How do you spell that?
SHITPOST.
I was looking for a different word, but okay.
SHIPTOST. What did you? What?
I have
I
no
spelled
idea.
shit post.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, you take a shit, the shit takes you, man.
Yeah, I didn't understand what you were spelling, and god damn it.
Whatever. It is great to be back, honestly.
Yes, welcome back, everybody. I'm glad to be here.
Either you come in sync.
I'm having a
or
great time.
sync in the time.
Mason, you're typing. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Well, here, I'm gonna... That's fine.
Mason, if you
We
keep
just hear
typing
you.
for another 38 minutes, I will be able to hear the different things you were typing and figure out what you're trying to tell people.
I'm just
Like,
done.
I'm gonna
So-
tell you this in the private chat. Like, I can hear
Oh,
the
man.
word you're typing from the different keys. Then it is so loud.
Yeah, you need to turn. Okay, so if you go into your settings, voice and video, if you're manually setting your input sensitivity, you need to move it up because it's
Noise suppression,
It's a
like-
noise gate and not
Wait, who?
like
What?
manually manipulating the sensitivity. It's inverted basically.
Mason, do you have noise suppression on?
Let me look.
It should be on the voice connected disconnected
It is
button
not currently
down
on.
I just bitched about
Uh,
typing. My mic picked up all of my
it's turned
typing.
on.
I am so sorry.
No, I didn't.
I did not notice.
Oh.
No,
You should
my-
turn noise suppression on.
my mic in Discord recording is different from the mic on the stream.
That's
Yeah,
right.
okay.
That's true.
So
I
the
remember that
stream
now.
picked it up. Discord did not, but the
Ah,
stream
nice.
did. And I'm sorry to the viewers.
Oh, sugar honey iced tea.
Maybe we should all just be on push to talk just in case.
No, I'm good. I'm actually in, like,
I tried push
I
to
have no
talk, but I
problem
always
with
forget. I always forget to push.
I had a
when I
problem with that in
talk.
2020,
Yeah, but then
but you know,
the mic will know, like, I don't know.
me
I'd
and the
also
fucking
probably
rappers.
just put my volume from Discord into OBS so that it recorded what you all hear too, instead of what only. I don't know. I have them separate because I don't know why it's separate actually. I should probably just make it all the same, but I'll get that for next stream.
Yeah.
You know, as we do this, we'll get better. Maybe.
Oh, God.
Hopefully.
Just solid
That, I
maybe.
don't know why I didn't anticipate that answer, so now I'm like, oh god. I really should have figured that one.
Okay. Jack, did you want to do anything or no?
Well, my plan for Jack was that he was gonna probably start studying that, or at least look into it when he can.
Which is still a possibility.
Yeah.
As he's gotten older, he may be a little more receptive to it, but that's up to you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, my main thing I'm trying to decide right now is, do I do it now, or do I wait for a certain story arc to hit it?
That's your choice, but we're gonna move on with the session.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep thinking on it.
Suck
Okay.
in.
Is there anything else anybody else would like to do? Or if there's something you'd like to do at this temple while you're here.
You know what? Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
can they learn me fire magic? Because like I'd be pretty down for that. Like they're fire bending. Can I?
Here's the thing about that. Our teachings, and no offense to you, are more of a natural scholarly. I don't know how to speak to you, and I apologize if I offend you. We do not welcome our teachings to those of an unnatural creation. Our teachings also do not permit any of our students from enlisting within the government's regime, if you would.
Okay. I understand.
My apologies. We also do not teach magic. We teach the way of our past, our present, and our future within the 4 elements. How we create, and how to responsibly destroy.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
You
then
had
from
me
that
at
description,
Lost me at
Okay.
responsibly, so.
well, out of character, that description completely negates my possible plan. So thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So then, are we moving on?
A little bit
Yeah.
of robot
Yeah.
racist is always good.
All right. So, as you guys are leaving the city, taking your long rest, then leaving the city as the next day comes, where are you headed?
Well, that's the thing. We're not leaving without child, are we?
Yeah, she needed to be
Yeah,
dropped
we
off. That was
are.
it.
Yeah,
we are.
Oh, okay.
sadly.
We already left her.
Well, then I
You'll
guess
see her again sometime soon. I
then
promise.
I guess our plan would have been, and I'm just spitballing here, from Frostdale make a beeline for the gate. I'm guessing the cave. I mean, there.
Bailiff is
Beeline.
100% for that plan.
Oh yeah.
Caroline's still on the fence.
You know,
I would, because Caroline is on the fence, I would have pulled her aside and be like, the path to the cave leads me past my home.
can I do a persuasion check to, we gotta do it for the giants, We gotta see if whatever they're in there with the tome, was it?
Tome of Frost, yeah.
Yes.
Also,
Yeah.
that
Like, I know.
that is a question for Jack if he's receptive to a persuasion check.
Wait, what
I
are we
was trying to
talking about?
convince Caroline to go. But yeah.
Caroline is not here at the moment, so
Well,
her
yeah, I
vote
know.
stands where it stands.
Yeah,
Fuck.
that's why I would have said that to Caroline, because Caroline was really supportive before.
Yeah.
Oh, was she really supportive about the cave? She wants to go to the cave?
No, not the cave, my family thing. And I said
Yes.
that
Oh,
the
absolutely.
V line to the cave leads me right past it.
She's for your family. She's not necessarily for going into the cave, though.
Yeah.
I'll DM Telia if she wants to go to the game. Yeah.
Via Jack side quest. Possibly.
Well, I guess we could go to Atlas Crater on the way, because it's a crater and it's on the way.
I think we could just make a. If we're going by your home.
No, Jack
Okay,
didn't say
so
that out loud. That was very much not
okay.
out loud.
What was not
Okay.
out loud?
That was purely to Caroline. When he said something about Jack's home, like it leading us past his home.
Yeah, no, that was in character. That had to have been. I just
Yeah,
can't
it
really
was
do
in
Caroline's voice
character.
right now.
It was in character, but like I either hushly said it to Caroline or
You
I
didn't
pulled her
say
aside
that.
for it. I did say I
Oh,
pulled
you
her
did?
aside.
Bad.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah,
And
no,
yeah,
I'm
okay.
I'm very much not keeping this a wide thing.
Yes, okay. My mistake. I understand now. But I need to know what everybody else is doing, what is being said in character.
That's cool.
So, who's in favor of going to the mountain directly, or is there somewhere else that that you guys would like to go?
Caroline, go ahead.
I want to go to the mountain.
Oh.
Okay.
Go to the Holy Mountains.
Caroline mentions wanting to go to Jeskar.
Fuck is that? Okay.
Wait. Clarification for
It's a
players
city in
and
the
playing.
Yord Plains.
No, not that.
Well,
after we go out for whatever, we're coming back for Child at some point, right?
Well, we're not leaving Child. At least not forever. She's part of our team.
That's what I thought. I wasn't. That was like a
Jack.
That was a Mason clarification because I missed that part.
It's all in character.
No,
yeah.
even when I specifically
Caroline
say
now
otherwise.
thinks you're incredibly stupid.
Let's just.
Like,
We'll talk about it later.
To get to Jeskar, we kind of have to go past the mountain.
I was asking
Looking at
that
the
because if I was going to do my family thing, I'd kind of rather the two players that know about it actually be here.
Sorry, man.
That's all I'm saying. We got many things to do. Should I wait?
Is your family in the cave?
The characters are there, Mason.
Yeah.
You make your decision based on your character. Like, I know it's tough, but like if I'm in the middle of Caroline's backstory and Caroline has to be there, I'd probably just do a separate session until Caroline can be there. The session being like other than Blue on Black, but for this, it's everybody's here. We have enough players to play.
I know. I get it. This was me more
at.
thinking out loud. Sorry.
You're fine, but
This is your family in the cave?
there's no depending on Jack's decision.
All right, I have to dip now. I'll be back in a minute.
We'll see you later. Depending on Jack's decision is what you would make that choice on, or how you would vote. because it's Jack's decision. You can't metagame and be like, well, Caroline or yeah, when Kevin and Caroline aren't here, so I want to do this instead. But Jack wouldn't have that knowledge. Jack wouldn't make any sense of that. What
Fair
is
enough.
Jack's decision?
I mean, what he has previously said still stands, but
You make it really difficult to discern what Jack says and what Mason says.
I'm still trying to figure it out myself right now.
Okay.
My head is in scrambles on this.
It seems like the majority vote so far is to go do the cave thing anyways. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't think I was wrong on that, so you guys are heading towards the cave. Got it. And don't be afraid to speak up either. If you guys have stuff you want to say or just have a thought, let me know.
That's okay.
Okay.
In reference to the quiet people. It's okay though if you want to be quiet. So, you guys make your way, or begin to make your way, excuse me, further from Frostdale to Mount Ulfrin. You guys travel for, this is probably close to 4 to 5 days. Thanks to Good Bear, there's nothing you need to worry about necessarily, but you travel for a good 4 to 5 days. You make your way kind of closer to, you're in Giant's Rest effectively, and to your left as you guys are traveling, those with a high enough perception can see just barely the what do you call it? The graveyard of Giant's Rest. You also, on this day, as it kind of, it remains somewhat clear, like there's still cloud, but there's less snow. Like, for the next 3 or 4-ish days, there's not snow that precipitates down, but the cloud cover remains. On this 5th day, the snow does kind of begin to fall again, and it does get somewhat heavy, but it's not necessarily a blizzard. There are just some decent winds and some heavy snow. It comes to a point where about this time, Jack, well, no, it wouldn't be Jack. It would be Arya. And you'd be the first to notice immediately, Arya, that as you're beginning to walk closer and closer northward of this area, you make out what looks like almost a destroyed fence up ahead.
All right.
And as you guys get closer, you all begin to make this out. Jack, as you are getting closer and closer, you begin to see some of the farmland that you recognize very much destroyed, in ruin. What is
At that-
everybody's passive investigation?
Fuck off.
Investigation.
Investigation.
18.
15.
Hang on. Well, what is it?
Yep.
Starry?
18.
18. Valeth? Or, sorry, I'm looking at Valeth. Spot?
15.
15? Actually, I should just ask this. Does anybody have a passive investigation of 20 or higher?
God damn it.
Guess not.
Alright, well, you see absolutely nothing, specifically not that bush.
I gotta
There's
check
nothing in
Doran's
that
sheet
bush. Do not check
too.
that bush.
Yeah, okay. Valeth was at 19. She was close.
Ooh.
Hell.
So there's a point when, I'm assuming Jack, who's leading this, you make your way forward and actually end up tripping on a wire.
Oh, if at the very sight of the farmland being destroyed like that,
Mm-hmm.
Jack would have got a slight, well, a little more than slight panicked look on his face, and then basically would have said, "Forget the group," and just bolted towards
Okay,
home.
running. That's a good distinction. Make a dexterity saving throw then.
Fuck, man.
God damn, that's about to be crushed by a boulder or some shit.
Wait a second.
19.
19. You save. You
Yeah.
manage to trip on the wire and kind of catch yourself and look. The wire that was pulled taut you didn't notice is now snapped. You don't know what that did, though.
Okay. Well,
And the rest
Going
of
back
you
and
see
cradle.
Jack running ahead of the group.
I run
he wouldn't have
after.
said a word. He's just dashing all the way.
The Germans are back.
I dash after.
Okay. As you two begin to dash forward, you begin to kind of make out the silhouette of this house. There's not much to make out, Jack. As you continue running, you do hear this loud cracking sound. Spot.
Yes.
Does a 19 hit?
Well, you gotta know. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Doing a trench.
Wouldn't hit
right
me.
You take 11
Well,
points of piercing damage.
now. Stop.
Whatever. I'll take it. I'll be a big boy. So what was it? 11?
11 points of piercing damage.
Fuck. Sucks.
Mason, that cracking sound, you noticed a flash coming from your house. At this point, Caroline and Valeth are making their way up as well.
Yeah. No. I think seeing the flash, Jack would start to wave, like both arms above head, like kind of like wave off. At least try.
Make a... Actually, I'll make an insight check on my side. Yeah, okay.
Actually, how
So-
far from the house am I at this point?
You'd be a good somewhat like 120, 130 feet. Like you've got a fair distance because visibility is kind of difficult, but you do see like as you're kind of making your way closer to the house, you see a silhouette kind of lower
Yeah.
its arms and then make its way into the window of the, and this is up on the rooftop, but you see it make its way into the window.
Yeah. He would have started to yell, hold your fire. Hold your fire.
At this point, the individual has made its way into the house. As the rest of your group, whoever was running up with them at this point, has now caught up to you, and Spot, after Spot's now got a wound.
I just got shot for nothing. Okay, whatever. That's what I get for... Whatever.
Valeth kind of shouts at you, "What the hell was that?"
I don't know. Getting shot at.
Jack!
Is completely unresponsive, just still bolting towards the house.
Oh, so you're now running back towards the house again.
Oh yeah, no, I never stopped.
I figured. Okay, well, everybody's now running with you.
Well, it's...
Goran's actually faster than you, so he catches up to you and, like,
Man.
pulls you to stop you. Not in, like, you need, like, forcing you. He's trying to get you to wait with the group. Do you wait with the
Jack-
group, or do you keep fighting him?
No, he would have kept going.
Okay.
Question.
This is gonna be a acrobatics or athletics check against Goran's athletics. I
14.
opened that up in the wrong thing. Oops. There we go. Okay. What'd you roll?
14.
14? 15.
Oh!
Yeah, by the way, natural 15 plus 0.
I got an 8 plus 6.
Yeah. So, in this instance, Goran, who's caught up to you, is now holding you back and is telling you, wait! You don't know what's in there. You don't know who that is. Just wait with us.
Jack breaking the axe says, I know damn well who's in there.
Let us go together as a group. Just don't run off. Your response?
He he cannot be swayed on this point.
Well, yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna fight him again?
I'm Jack. He's not gonna let anything
Okay.
keep him from getting up there.
At this point, Valeth probably would have caught up to you as well. Go ahead and make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Is Goran's back? Is he running the counter now?
No, you're still trying to fight against him.
17 this time.
13, you escape. As you break away, most of the party at this point is now kind of closer behind you, but not by much. As you make your way up to the door itself, the door is unlocked. And I'm assuming you just kind of swing it wide open too.
Yeah, he wouldn't quite barge in, but it wouldn't exactly be a slow entrance either.
Right, so you turn the door handle and push it open inward. And you kind of halt a minute before you start looking inside. Some of the first things you notice is to your left. You notice the kitchenway. The house completely dark, somewhat cold, and very much a decent amount of dust that you can see in certain areas. It's actively being lived in, but you don't see your family immediately. You look to your right and you can see the stairwell that leads up to the second stairs. Frequently used, quite a bit, and to the right where the living space is for your family, like the living room area. You see the kind of heavy, hard sofa that is pushed against the wall, and the chair where your father typically sat, turned around to face the doorway. A rifle-style gun to his side next to a long blade, and a red-skinned tiefling that looks in your direction and says, "Welcome home, son." And that's where we're going to go ahead and take a break.
Awesome. What the fuck happened?
Yeah, so
What happened was you successfully grappled onto Jack when he tried to run towards the house. Well, somebody in the house shot at Spot. Shot Spot.
Yeah.
With a gun. And then went into the house after Jack started screaming at them. And then after that, you managed to catch up to Jack because he was running ahead of the group. Just away from the group. Held him back for one round, and then he escaped. And then as he opened the door, he kind of carefully looked inside, Valeth and you, like, right behind him. So you're the only two that heard this immediately. But as the red-skinned tiefling looked at him, his chair faced towards the open door. The red-skinned tiefling said to Jack, "Welcome home, son." And you can just see this, like, kind of angry look on his face. Very stern-faced. And that's where we're going to go ahead and take a break.
And
why did he grapple Jack?
Because he ran away from the group.
Yeah, like we came across like some burnt or destroyed farm fields, and without saying a word, I just bolted.
That's a question about my character.
Basically, what's up?
Okay, my character doesn't have minor illusion.
Your character should. Did you choose your subclass?
I didn't choose a subclass, I just have wizard.
No, Starry. When we fixed your character sheet, you were supposed to also apply your subclass. Your subclass is the School of Illusion, which, by the way, gives you minor illusion.
Wow, I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Let me know if it's fixed.
Yeah, I fucked with my character last time.
And for a point for Goran, and DM, I guess, busting in the door when he said that, Jack probably wouldn't have had a face of registering what was going on there. He was just like slightly looked panicked and also slightly welling up.
Okay.
So I have some other problems with my character. Shouldn't I have 4 6th level spells?
What? Wait, yeah, you don't. Sorry, not spell slots. Yes, yes, you should.
Yes, spells. Because I only have 3.
Yeah, you couldn't. Right. Hang on.
So
I got you. Hold on.
I know we're playing right now, but can I just add it, but like not use it at all? And I also can't.
You can add it right
like
now. Yeah, I believe it's
yeah.
finished. Yeah, just go ahead and add it.
I know. Everything else is fixed. I just need to add like one from the add spells place.
That should be good then. Yeah. have access
Where
to it,
do
right?
I choose?
Oh, so
Yeah.
you click add spells, and you can. I think you can search, can't you?
I can search. Yes. Where do I add a
Oh, so go to
solution?
the character builder.
I'm on the character builder.
See,
I'm
guys,
on the
be
wizard
careful
first.
what you click on in D&D Beyond, because you might just delete your whole fucking character on accident.
Yeah. When I fix this now, I'm going to create a copy. Just I
That's a
don't
good
want to fuck
idea,
it up again.
just in case.
That would be so fucking stupid. But is it optional feat? No, it is not. Is it? Nope. I
What?
can just add.
You go to your
Okay, I'm
character
on
builder.
the. No, it says the School of Illusion.
Let me check your sheet.
Be my guest.
Alright, spells. You have Minor Illusion.
What?
It's a cantrip. You have.
I know it's a cantrip, but what?
It reads Acid Splash, Firebolt, Mending Message, Minor Illusion, Thunderclap.
What the fuck is there? But it's.
D&D Beyond! Sometimes
It doesn't
glitchy as
say when
fuck.
it's when I. Well, no, it doesn't say in my spell book. It's not supposed to.
No, you don't have it in your spellbook because it's a feature. It's from your improved Minor Illusion. Yeah.
That's a make a big brain sense. Okay, thank you. God damn it, I got stressed there for a second.
You're fine, just relax. It's
Okay.
there.
These little spells.
Yes.
I remember which ones I went through, so I know them all. But I
Okay.
don't know if I want to do Sunbeam, True Seeing, or frickin' Soul Cage.
Well, that is entirely up to you.
Cause Sunbeam would be good against undeads. Would it? It would, right? We went through this. We went.
Yeah, if it says natural sunlight. Well, it depends on what the spell says, because natural
It
sunlight's.
it is it is natural sunlight. This light is sunlight. But True
Right, but
Seeing.
does the spell say it
Oh,
has something against undead?
It doesn't say specifically it's
Then
good
no.
against undead. But everything on the internet says it's good against undead.
What?
Everything on, like, I searched up and said like, oh, Sunbeam's good against undead because it's fucking sunlight, but
No, that's against vampires. Vampires are considered undead, and vampires specifically have a weakness to sunlight.
you're the DM, you know the shit on. I know my shit too, but like I wasn't sure. Thank you.
Yeah, unless like either the character sheet or the monster sheet, I should say, or the spell say something, it is just treated normally.
Or I could do Disintegrate just to fuck with Brackaware. That's how I'm gonna finish him off. Or, the other spell. Another one.
Take your pick, man.
Fuck. Mental person, maybe.
Well, you
Ooh.
do your thing. You don't tell us what you're taking. You have fun with that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be back shortly. I'm really hungry. I'll be honest.
I'm eating
Alright, fair
chicken,
enough.
cashews, and rice.
Nice.
It is so good. Oh my god, I've
I'm
had
just
this
gonna
once
make a
before.
Stouffer's meal. I'll be back.
Ooh. What did everyone else have for dinner, or are going to have for dinner? Great. Oh, we're on our break. Never mind. Hello, stream. How you doing? Bam, bam, bam.
I will fully admit I am absolutely enjoying my new PC.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right. You
yeah.
got a new PC. Awesome.
Congrats, dude.
For weapons, I have D&D Beyond up, I have Discord up, I have Steam up, I've been installing and trying out games, and I've been getting 60 plus FPS in every game that I've tried, and I'm just enjoying it. Because before my computer will come out, run to a screeching halt, if I even just try to refresh the page on D&D Beyond. So
Yeah, you really needed a new computer, dude. We've been telling you for a while, but
yes, but also money. It was like fine.
yes.
I guess I'll finally get a new
Money.
one.
That's a
How much
crime.
you end up spending on it? Like $2,000?
At least about $2,000, probably a little more actually. Reminds me, I need to do a mail-in rebate thing so I can actually get $20 back. But
You actually have a working computer for $2,000. I don't.
yeah, I ended up spending about $2,000. I ended up switching out some components, so it ended up being slightly cheaper because it was originally like, according to PC Builder, it was like 1,900. I ended up switching it out, so it was close to like 1,800, and then with
Great.
shipping and taxes and all that, because I'd have to pay taxes because my state requires that. It ended up being about $2,000, and then I get a $20 mail-in rebate, and I got some.
The fuck happened there?
Astaros just DC'd. I think did their computer crash?
Okay, for some reason I was
Sure.
Discord decided to crap out on me, but
And now Arya's gone.
God damn it! What are you getting DDoS or something?
Also,
Actually-
by the way, I need a new meme because I still have hit that Yonky Spelunky as the meme up there.
Oh, by the way, I think I know why she disconnected, because I got disconnected too, and I think my, I don't know, it just crapped out for a second for some fucking reason.
Solid. Okay, I didn't realize people were missing. Nice.
Yeah,
Hey,
like I didn't notice until I switched over to Discord. And was like, oh yeah, it's fine, until I made the noise cue and disconnected, so I had to reconnect. Oh, by the way, something else that I actually do like about this PC is that it's wireless. I mean, I don't actually have to have it.
Yeah.
I got the motherboard I got. It was specifically had a wireless capability, so it has an antenna on it, and I can use Bluetooth and fucking Wi-Fi without having to take up a PCIe slot or using a USB adapter or whatever, which makes it incredibly useful because it would be a bitch to set up a Ethernet port in the apartment that I'm in.
That's
Oh, yeah.
fair. Counterpoint: wireless connections to a PC suck.
It depends. Because if you have 5 gigahertz, it depends on where you are, and also whether or not your router and your motherboard have the capability for 5 gigahertz. 5 gigahertz makes life so much easier.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. I'm using that right now. That's what I've been That's what I've been using. And for the record, like even on the laptop, I was using a Dolphin emulator to play Sonic Idols, and I was connecting to someone, and only on the tournament. I was at a tournament and my match was being live streamed, and only on the tournament, the tournament organizers had complained about using Wi-Fi, saying we can tell when you're using it because your ping's fucked up. And when I did it, we were like, our ping was almost nothing. Like, they made jokes about us being in each other's basement, like one of us being in the other's basement or whatever. Like, that is how, like, the Wi-Fi here was actually surprisingly good. I'm also not that far from it. I'm like 1.5 rooms removed too.
I typically just trust a wired connection better, and I also kind of cheat because I have my Wi-Fi router literally right above my PC anyways. But my food's ready, so I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Sam, how many,
I do. Oh, go ahead.
How many RAMs do you have? Just question.
Two RAM sticks. They're both 16 gigabytes. I believe. Yeah, 16 gigabytes.
God damn, dude.
Sam.
Yeah.
Oh no. Upgrading. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there are 3600 megahertz too. I actually changed out the RAM too, because the one in the PC build that was linked in the general chat here had 3200 megahertz. I found some that were on sale for slightly cheaper, and it was a better RAM, so I went ahead and got that instead.
Nice.
Oh yeah. I think Riley and I might have the same case or similar case. The computer case, which makes sense. The case was recommended by the same. I think the person who took a look at both of our builds recommended the same case because they like it, but it's alright.
Yeah, it's what is it called? Yeah, dude, I was so happy when I got my new computer. It's such a relief to actually have a machine that can do what I needed to do.
Oh yeah, I'll also note the $2,000 does not include Windows 10 licenses or Windows 10 or Windows 7 license, which I did find a sale on, so that was fun.
Okay, that's nice.
It cost me about $40. Probably actually no, closer to like $40 for both of those. So If you want to worry about a
Wow.
Windows 7 license, because I prefer Windows 7, and I tend to use that for some things myself. So I went ahead and bought a license for it, so I could use it in VMs and stuff.
My graphics card's green. It's literally just a green chip.
Oh yeah, I don't think there's any
It
RGB
is
in my
shitty.
case because none of it's on, because it's not on at all, and I thoroughly enjoy that.
My graphics card is literally my dad's friend, who's like the computer expert. I believe he just had it laying around. Was like, hey, you can use this while you wait for your actual one to come, and it hasn't come in, believe me or not, over a year. So, probably said that like a million times, like literally tens, maybe 100 times.
Wait.
But
Your GPU hasn't arrived yet?
no, I've been waiting for this shit since, I believe before.
You need to contact the seller. Like,
yeah,
have you?
it's a whole thing. It's a shortage of GPUs and shit. It's gonna cost way too much to import, and so whatever. It's I don't know. They know the shit. I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't know how much insight I'm supposed to have on that. I don't. It's not that important. I don't fucking know. We've currently
Alright.
last few weeks trying to cancel it and get it from a new place.
I'm back. Who wants to hear something really, like, irresponsible?
Man,
Okay.
what'd you do? Did you do
Oh
a
no, I've
story?
just made my first meal in the last 24 hours.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
Oh
Good.
yeah. Also, the keyboard I'm using is actually a mechanical keyboard that I stole from Oh yeah. Riley,
Say,
you know
if
the
you're
one I'm.
about to say a corporation, I'm gonna have to censor that later.
I stole it from Walmart. They didn't even see me.
Riley, you're the one. You know exactly which keyboard I'm talking about too. It's the one we got on the vacation.
Oh, okay.
That's the one because she doesn't really use it, so I was like, you can go ahead and use it. I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
you sure? Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So yeah, it also has RGBs and it's currently glowing green. I don't know how to change it.
You need software.
Probably, I just don't. I mean, it's a cheap on ONN branded mechanical keyboard, so I'm not too particularly concerned about it. I do like how it looks when it turns on though, because it does like this rebel effect, which looks really neat.
Dude, that's like my graphics card. Every time I turn on my computer, it's like, hey, look, rainbow lights. I can't fucking stop it. It just does it.
Oh hey, mine doesn't. Mine does not do that.
I genuinely don't care to change
okay.
mine though. I don't really want to. Like I would
Oh,
like
hey.
to, but I don't have the care to do it. You know.
Hey Riley, what computer case do you have?
Yes.
Like,
you could just take a photo of it.
Because I think we might have the same case.
Maybe? I don't know. Here, I'll take
I
a
mean,
photo of it.
Oxide, the player of Oxide did recommend this stuff for girls, right?
Yes. Menno recommended my stuff, yeah.
Yep, same with the case here. So
Okay.
there's a good chance. So I'm pretty sure we have is it like the NZXT H10?
Oh, I think I have the same case as you.
It's a fractal. I don't know.
Oh, you have Fractal. I have an NZXT. Okay. So it might be so it's actually different. I think because yours has a full glass panel on the side, right?
Yeah.
Mine doesn't. Mine's like half glass, which it's like those where the PSU is and all that stuff. It's all black.
Yeah. Okay.
Mine's a bit different, but it's extremely similar.
Yeah. I'll post it in share with us. There you go. It's being posted now.
Yeah, no, mine is different. Mine's a lot different. The hookups on the top seem about the same, but I don't have my phone's not mesh, and
by the way, that extra wire there is to my my drawing pad. I just decided not to unplug it because the last time I unplugged it, I hit the power button.
Oh yeah,
nice.
That was one of the first fucking changes I did was change it from instant off when I press the button to a 4-second delay. Because knowing my dumbass, I'm gonna be pressing that a lot because it's like right next to all the other like top IO, which isn't much, but yeah.
It's a really sensitive button.
Yeah,
too, so I just don't touch my PC when I'm on it.
It's I would change that like immediately.
I
Is this
hit the
email
button
telling me
once during stream, okay, and I managed to stop it before it happened. Okay. Are we ready to get back into this?
Yes, I just want to
yes,
share the
more or
fact that
less.
I need a silver cage.
A silver one? Why?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Spot's still deafened. Does he know?
It's gotta be worth like at least like 100 gold.
I don't know. Spots. What? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yep, I know.
Yep.
I guess Spot might be going to go eat or try to mute himself, accidentally deafen himself. I really don't know.
Or just not come back ever again.
Yeah. Get hold of
I'll send him a
Spot
message.
if you can to
Ooh.
see if he's coming in to.
Fellas, what's up?
Oh,
How you
hey,
doing?
cool. Kevin's here, just in time.
Hola, Kevin. ¿Cómo se va?
Kevin.
Ça va bien? You too?
Okay.
Ça va bien?
Tacos.
Tacos. That's fucking
I
French.
did not
dude.
realize I was muted.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
How you doing,
I
Kevin?
did.
Doing good.
God, you are
Damn.
loud. I need to turn you down.
All right. So, to catch you up.
Am I loud? Am I loud?
Oh my God.
Sorry, died.
Starry
Star did
died?
not die, but Spot got shot. Let me tell you how.
Shit
Did I
on.
shoot him?
No.
No.
Oh man.
So
This is a big point in plot.
So here's what's happened so far. You guys managed to find your way to the Jotun Guards camp via the guidance of one of their sentinels. You met with the matron. She gave you a couple of quests and some exposition, and then you guys left to continue delivering Child to Frostdale, where she had requested to go. You then, after arriving at Frostdale, dropped her off at her temple, one of the Temple of Four Elements. And then, after spending a day there, you left and began making your way towards the cave. You had crossed the area where Jack's home was, saw it very much in a lot of ruin, and Jack took off running towards his house.
Without saying a word.
Visibility was kind of low, so Jack just decided to start taking off running. And everybody else just kind of had to quickly follow. Spot was the only one that followed initially, and everybody else had to like slowly catch up. But then you heard a gunshot, and everybody started making their way that way. And I say a gunshot because they've heard you shoot before. They heard a bang, and then Spot was hit. After a while, you hear Jack screaming to stop, wait, don't shoot, whatever. And then it was just the one shot. Goran stopped
This
Jack
isn't
from running.
me, right? I didn't do this.
You didn't do this.
Okay.
You didn't do this.
Just had to make sure.
There was the one shot. Goran managed to hold Jack back for like 6 seconds before Jack broke free and continued running. But at that point, you, Spot, Goran, and Jack were kind of close enough together that as you guys made it to the doorway where Jack opened it up immediately, you all kind of looked inside and saw nothing necessarily interesting until you looked to the right side of the house where you were greeted by a red-skinned tiefling. Very similar to the one that you had seen on the wanted poster, Valeth. Look to Jack and say, "Welcome home, son." And that's where we took a break. So now that everybody's here, except for Spot, Spot can... Starry Tech Spot.
Yes, what's that? Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
We'll give it like a couple more, like a minute or two before he gets back, because I want to take another bite.
I will also be back in like 2 minutes, but I can hear everything that's going on, so.
I'm eating chicken and cashews.
I got a Coca-Cola.
And depression.
I'm doing better.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Thank you.
Illikin! You're muted! I got a message from Arya that just says Illikin might have fallen asleep, by the way.
Yeah. Like in the sense of like, shut the fuck up, I'm trying to sleep, stop screaming into the mic.
Al, wake up. Al.
Wakey, wakey, it's time for school.
Hang on,
I got it.
let
I
me
got
mute
a text
myself
from
on the server, or not the server, the channel
Spot
really
saying
quick.
he's coming as quick as he can.
Oh,
How the fuck do I translate that? He's coming soon.
Illiken is?
No, Spot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna mute myself on the live stream so that they don't hear me say the real name. But he might also respond more to this. So 1 second.
Cool.
All right, I don't think he's gonna respond.
Too
Who the
bad.
hell are we yelling at?
Spot it quickly,
Al.
so I'm guessing like 1.5 hours.
Mom.
Okay, hopefully not.
We'll keep him in the server because maybe he'll respond eventually. All right, let me grab OBS really quick and flip the stream back.
Yeah, there we go.
So
Wonderful.
now that you guys are back in the stream, you're back in this realm. I've just recapped you all, thankfully. As you're all in the house or in the doorway of the house, you see the red-skinned tiefling there. Oh crap, hang on. I gotta pull up something really quick, sorry. Give me a second. Shit.
They don't want to drop it.
Minute. I'm just gonna grab some.
Hey. There we go. Okay. So, as you four at least, are standing there in the doorway as the rest of your party makes their way up, the red-skinned tiefling comes in, or sitting there says, "Well, don't just stand there. Get in."
No, at the first sight, Jack would have, like, disregarding anything and everything said, would have just run over and gave him a big old bear hug.
Okay.
Kind of crying. A little bit.
As you like wrap around him as he's still in the chair, he.
Thank God you're alive.
The hell were you thinking?
I wasn't. I know you were right. I
No
shouldn't have
shit,
gone.
I was right, Jackson. I gave you. Oh. He stands up from his chair.
So, hang on a second. Am I here? Like I'm
Yep.
with them?
Yep.
I just kind of slowly walk in behind this.
Get your friends inside and out of the cold.
I'm just there, confused. I have my wand of fireballs in my hand. I'm like,
Yes, sir.
Hang on, let me pull up my notes so I remember
that-
what his name is.
At that,
we don't know what
Jack
the tiefling's name
would-
is.
No, Valeth does.
Valeth
purely
does.
Oh,
By
okay.
the way,
I do.
Yeah, and I didn't tell you the first name before, but I.
Oh,
yes, you
I
did.
think you did.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
You must be Curzon Tallhand.
At which point, he kind of. The tiefling looks over to you, Valeth. What are you, a bounty hunter?
From time to time.
I dare you.
I would be glad to oblige you, but you seem to mean something to Jack.
Yeah, before Valeth even said that, at that, Jack would have, like, when you said from time to time, Jack would have whipped around. Don't you fucking dare.
I wasn't planning on it. Like I said, you seem to mean something to Jack. That means you're staying alive.
Speaking of meaning something, have you lost your fucking mind? And he hits you upside the head. Do you know how worried your mother's been? How worried the rest of us have been? You realize what hell you put us through being gone like that?
I know. I fucked up, Paul.
Drop the fucking accent.
This isn't one of his fake accents. This is his actual accent.
Oh, you said, okay.
Yeah, I told you he's got a southern.
Yeah, you hit me with European. I was like, what the fuck? Anyway.
No, I was trying to pull a southern.
Anyway, he looks down. He looks to you again after hitting him to the head. Honestly, I was more worried I'd see you on the other side of that war. More worried that you'd be one of the few people invading this home. And he looks over a spot. Speaking of, what the fuck is that? And why is it here?
Don't worry, Paul. He's not with the guard. If he was once, he knows nothing of it.
He grabs his gun and sword and takes them with him as he walks around the house. Could have fooled me. Turns and makes his way into the kitchen past everybody as they're making the way in the room. Illiken, you do have to kind of like hunch down, but you know, you're used to it. You can see that on like the stove there's a pot that's there, and Tallhand, as Valeth introduced him, grabs a hold of something that's in the in one of the countertops and begins to put something in the pot. Fills it with a bit of water from a bucket he had lying next to it, and then lights the stove on with a bit of fire. Which you can see the stove area where there's the chimney that kind of just goes up into this like brick thing. There's a couple of bricks missing, and it looks like this house has just been unkept. So,
Dang it. I wasn't sure. I thought.
Where you been all these years?
I left the guard years ago. For the past few, I've been on Kylen-Jaal.
Accent.
Oh shoot! I went into his fake accent, not realizing I was doing it.
I know.
That was
Which is
supposed
probably
to have
in
it.
character, but keep going.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I
These-
hate that shit.
No. I know. These people, they've helped me. I've definitely seen my share of fighting. That's for damn sure. Learned a lot. I've learned just how wrong I was.
Speaking of learning how wrong you were, heard a lot of rumors going around. You managed to escape this hellhole.
Yeah. So,
And yet you came back, or are they wrong?
oh, they're not wrong. Like I said, I was in Kylen-Jaal.
He
Been
kind
there for a
of
few years
stops
now.
and like you see him like change expression. Now why the hell did you go there?
It was the first place I could get off when I came to my senses.
How convenient.
But it did me some good. I found these folks. And we've done a lot of good together. And that's why we're here, to continue that.
To the rest of y'all who don't know me, name's Curzon. And this dipshit that you know is my son, by the name of Jackson or what?
Jack Steele.
Steele.
Where'd
you come up with a name like that?
I didn't quite tell you how I got out.
Respectable guy.
Be a hell of an interesting story. At which
And
point he
Jackal-
takes the pot off of the out of the little like holding thing that was in the stove and pulls it up and pours himself a glass of whatever was in it. Sets it on the fire. Points to everybody towards like the living space. Find a spot and park it. My son's gonna tell you a tale. And I know how you lie, boy. I dare you to lie to me.
Never do that, Paul.
Everybody kind of finds space in the living area.
And Jackwood, addressing the party, I know I may have told y'all a few about how I came to be who I am today, but here's the truth. Truth is, I left here to join the Imperials. And when I realized that was wrong, I jumped ship and I joined up with the first people that could get me out of here, which just so happened to be a crew of pirates. On the ship, the Steelfin. Served with them for a few years, and as soon as I realized this is not right, that we weren't doing any good, that we were hurting people, I got off as soon as I could. Holds up the axe. I took this on my way out. Well, I gained my powers.
Powers, huh? That should be interesting. What kind of
Yes,
powers you got?
I've learned some magic. Some godly patron or something seemed to give me powers, but he don't seem to like me much anymore. But I still got some of it.
Could have to do with the barrier.
Oh no. Nah, he's pissed at me. And he's pissed at DM Check. What was Zalin's brother's name?
Yolan.
Yolan's right there with me. Zalin too. I know I lied to y'all and that ain't right. But when you escape a crew like that, you don't take no chances. Especially since, and weighing the axe again, I stole this baby from the captain. He wasn't a good man, Paul. He didn't deserve this kind of power.
Considering the fact that you call him a pirate, I'm inclined to believe you, though. It's kind of hard to believe any of the shit you say.
I know, I know.
In case you're wondering, your family's safe. No thanks to
Thank
you.
God. Where are they?
Why do you care? You left us.
Yeah, and I fucked up.
You got that right.
Doesn't mean I don't care. At the time, I thought I was doing the right thing for you, and I realized I was wrong.
Kevin, mute your mic.
Oh shit.
Thank you.
I mean, that's kind of in character for Vale, is just not give a shit during.
Fair enough.
And Jack would have, throughout at least most of this, once he started telling the story, his hat would have been off, and one of the very few times you've ever seen him.
Fucking
That.
better of. I figured it was off and you knew.
Yeah, it's just he would have taken it off.
Gotcha.
Kind of holding it in front of him, sort of like nervously crunching the folds.
I bet you and your friends have got some questions for me as well.
What the hell happened here, Paul?
Your empire happened here. What the fuck they call themselves now?
Hell if I know.
Long and the short of it, they want this land, and I ain't giving it to them. I worked hard for it. Served my time in the empire myself. In case you were wondering, why else would I know not to join them?
I know. I do now.
Family's up north, hiding out in Jeskar. Or Yoskar, whatever they call it. But occasionally, get a small little group of your fucking friends over there, points a spot, come and try to take my land from me.
He's not with the guard.
We found him in Kylen-Jaal, I believe.
Really, they make their presence known that far out.
Excuse you.
And yeah, and I'll keep going. Stop me and correct me if I get any of this wrong. My person is not amazing. He doesn't quite remember any of his time serving. He doesn't know anything about this place.
So they make him sentient now. He turns his attention to you, Spot.
Like
What
the
do you
officers,
remember about this place?
Very vivid memories. Like some battles, some buildings. That's pretty much it.
they made some of them as officers. Those ones were sentient.
They weren't sentient when I was serving.
Well,
Special edition.
Yeah.
things change. None of the ones I used either were sentient. Never saw any of them up close till I met him.
Well, it's nice to see that some of my values to you haven't gone unheard. Just wish you didn't leave this family to find your own.
I wish I didn't either. I was a dumb kid.
You're still a dumb kid, don't get that wrong.
Not as dumb as I used to be, that's for sure.
You've yet to prove it.
I intend to.
You know what? Yeah, you intend to prove it? Then prove it. Quite frankly, I don't give a shit what side of this war you finish on. But do me a favor. Since you're so keen to be a part of it, if you can find a way to end it and win my land back, by all means. Swear to God, if you get killed out there, though, I'ma find you and I'ma kill you again. How did you escape?
Like I said, I jumped on with the first crew I could find that could get me out.
Right, but how'd you escape the walls?
DM clarification?
You snuck out. You had access.
I was stationed as a guard on the wall. I used that access to sneak out.
And here I thought I had a chance.
Oh, don't you worry. Our chance is coming.
We're working on that.
Because that's not going to work a second time. We'll find something new.
Let me be serious this time, then. If you do find a way, get your mother and siblings out of here.
Yes, sir. You're not coming?
Not till I know they're safe. And, by the way, if you do end up going to Yeskar, you know Annie's gonna tear your ear off, right?
Ah, yeah, I've been dreading that one for a couple.
I'd say you deserve it, whatever she does.
You're not wrong.
Where y'all heading while you're here?
This is me personally as a player trying to remember.
We're headed to the mountain.
We've got a few reasons. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a few things to do here.
Why the fuck would you go there? You got a
Well,
death wish?
For the giants.
Is that a problem if we do?
A bit, yeah. I just found out my son's still alive and he's still in this hellhole.
I'm a better fighter than you think I am, Pop. And these ones ain't too shabby themselves.
We're not exactly just a rough and tumble group of folks anymore.
We started our own.
Let me stop you there.
I don't.
Any y'all, and be honest. Ever felt the hating cold of a dragon?
No.
No.
Jack's lifting up his.
Then stay the fuck away from Ulfrin.
Jack's lifting up his axe right here. This one was made from the bones of a dragon.
Well, now you've only gotten me more interested.
This world isn't meant for adventurers. It's meant for exiles.
It wasn't always.
You always were.
I was. But this land wasn't.
True. You intend to change that?
I'm gonna do my damnedest. It's not right. Some of these people did bad, but not all of them.
And where do you expect them to go? When this land is free. You know those
Wherever.
exiles gotta go somewhere, right? You expect them to stick around?
I don't know what I expect. All I know is that the way they're doing things now ain't right. They best find something new. Because just because those people did wrong doesn't mean their children should be punished too.
Can't say I disagree.
That's one of the reasons I didn't come back when I got out. I went off to find a better place for us.
I just wish you would have sent us a letter or something. Just once.
I wanted to, but you know how damn trouble it is to get mail out right. I sent something off before I left the guard, but I would have at least, but
We didn't get
they
it.
checked it. Exactly. You know shit don't come around here not worth the shit.
Well, depending on which side of this war you end up fighting for, if at all. And I know you well enough to know you're still a part of it somehow. Honestly, I wish you wouldn't. But here's my 2 cents, whether you like it or not. You won't reform. Prove your worth and loyalty to one side, and, well, you might just get it. Either the leader of what they call the Free World Resistance will help you put yourself on that path, or fix this world for the better, or proving yourself to King Uthala is a good one too. He's open to opinions.
Yep.
A little too open, if you ask me.
Regardless of what these folks do, gesturing to the party, I ain't leaving here without making some kind of difference. And I ain't leaving here without y'all, without my family. Not again.
I'll hold you to that.
I'm just going to put my hand on Jack's shoulder. You know we're with you on this.
Jack is definitely welling up by this point, and me as a player also is.
Your father motions you to come to him.
I do.
He gives you a hug.
Definite reciprocation.
Missed you, son.
Missed you too, Paul. And at that, Jack slightly lights up again. Oh shit! I forgot. I brought you something.
So you
What's
were
going-
thinking of me.
Not a day went by when I didn't think of y'all.
Well, I'm curious. What you got?
Jackal, motion Goran, can I have that package back, please?
I take it out of
Yeah.
the bag of holding.
Well, Jackal opened it up. I know how much you hate the cold, so I managed to pick this up. And he pulls up the thermal cube, and the 15 feet around him instantly is like, I think 95 degrees because of it.
Yeah, it gradually heats everything up, and you can see some of the frost that kind of covers certain areas just melts away. And at that point, your father takes it and he goes, "Oh, that's fucking awesome." Now I kind of feel bad I didn't get you anything, but my defense, I didn't know you were coming.
I wouldn't expect nothing more than that slap on the...
Thank you, boy.
I got something for the rest of them when I see them.
And I suggest you make your way north.
That is on our list. We're heading that way for something anyway.
I'd recommend you make your way north before you head to Ulfrin.
Yeah. Probably. If it makes it any better, Ulfrin was for the giants. They asked us to go
What the
retrieve
hell the
something.
Giants got you going up there for?
Somebody stole something from them, and it's got them real teed off. They asked us to help get it, and in return, we get somewhat of a little deal out of it. Free passage through the lands, no trouble.
So they ain't savages.
Not entirely. I mean, and then pointing at Illichin, I mean, just look at this one.
She from their tribe or clan or whatever?
No, but she is part giant.
Nice to meet you.
And one of our dear friends.
Right.
Hell, this is the one that got us stopped from kicked out in the first place. So I had to pick a fight. They left us alone after that she proved the worth.
You'll pick lots of fights.
What?
It depends.
You remember hearing of the Eastern Empire on Kylen-Jaal?
Eastern Empire, no, that was before my time. I heard a couple things about how there's been reform on that side of the world, but it ain't been much.
The Empire is one of the parties exiling people here, and they're starting wars all over the place down there. They're not our biggest fans either.
Hold on. The Empire was focused, when I last saw them, focused on keeping the land for themselves.
Yeah.
What happened since I've been gone?
A lot. And I don't entirely know at all.
Okay, so some of y'all from there, though, yeah?
More or less.
It's been... Shit, how long has it been? How old's Marvis?
Shoot, how old is Marvis at this point?
How old are you?
I'm 28. Marvis was older than me.
Right. By how many years?
Let me go look at my notes. I don't think I ever put that down as an exact number.
So when you last saw him, you were about 16.
Something like that. Eugenics
He was in
backstory.
mid-20s.
Yeah. So he'd be 30-something now, at least. No, he'd probably be in his 40s, actually.
Shit, that old? Damn.
Yeah, time seems to fly.
I think it might have been about 60 plus years since I've been back home then.
There's, wait, do we still have that map? Do we have a map of Kylen-Jaal on us?
Yep.
Does anybody?
I do.
Yeah. Mind if I borrow that?
I take it out, of course.
This is what the territories look like these days.
Ain't that something?
The Empire, they still fight for control. They're starting wars out in the Freelands, right? And they're not exactly our biggest fans. We may have took out a few of their heavy hitters. And
So y'all were exiled here by them then? Cause that's
we came
last
here
I
by
checked,
choice,
the
Paul.
Empire didn't exile anybody that took them in as slaves.
We came here by choice, Paul.
By
We chartered a
choice? What the
ship.
fuck? Why would y'all come here by choice? You got a death wish?
Like
Oh,
I
asked
said,
that
We have
before,
work to
but
do.
as
You're
I
gonna
tried
get the
to-
same answer that you got before.
As I said, I tried to say, we started our own, I'm not sure what exactly to call it, mercenary business of sort, but we don't do just
Terrorist
anything.
group.
No, no.
Depends on who you ask.
Fair enough. I guess the Empire would call us that. We don't just do anything that pays that. Well, looking at Valor, some of us do.
I do.
Yeah. But we got some business up here, and I wasn't about to see this thing through without seeing y'all.
he takes a moment before he responds. So with the resistance, aren't you?
We may have done an odd job with them on our way here.
Don't ask, don't tell, right?
Y'all better tell me
I
something.
mean-
You're running around with my son.
I ain't
How about I
joining
tell
up.
you to go fuck yourself?
Hey,
But I tell
How
you,
about
to
you
leave my
shut up?
house.
calm your ass down.
I don't like the disrespectful type. I worked my
I
ass
don't
off in
either,
this land.
and that's why I don't like you.
We're
You won't
You're
respect
in this
Hussy?
man's.
You gotta
she's
fucking
fair.
show it. If you don't like it,
Oh
there's
yeah,
the door.
because you've been so nice to me.
I'm sorry, I haven't had the
Valeth.
chance to meet you.
That's
Your name's
enough.
Valeth.
Yeah, bounty hunter. Sometimes, right?
Yeah, sometimes. I've also been known to undertake contract killing, being a soldier, a pirate. I've been everything. Killed so many people I probably can't even count it anymore.
Jack would step in at this point. That's enough. Now, both you calm your ass down.
Watch your tongue with me, son. I don't like being disrespected in my house, and I apologize if you feel disrespected by me, but I really don't know who you are. And you say this killer of some kind. I never heard your name before, and I quite frankly don't care to know at this point. Just mind yourself.
This
You're in my house.
Jack, turn to Valethus, please. Please, at least hold your tongue. Please.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
My next question was going to be how long y'all staying.
We were on our way north when we saw the farm.
Toward your death wish?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't doubt there's gonna be some trouble through this. Ma taught me we can do anything we put our minds to, and been taking that to the limits these days.
Sir, I don't know how much you dislike the Empire, but I get the feeling that you're not exactly a big fan. I'm pretty sure you would be proud of the things that your son has accomplished back in Kylen-Jaal.
I don't understand that Empire. I wasn't exiled by them. I was kicked out by Scrutalum. I don't know your allegiances with any of them, and quite frankly, I don't care to. Your lives are your lives.
Well, right now, if you think Scrutalum was bad, the Empire has gotten quite a bit worse.
I didn't say that. There's a lot you don't know about my life, son, and I've tried to keep it hidden from you for quite some time.
I figured as much. But every man's past is his own.
Well, as your older self, you probably figured that I ain't exactly a stand-up citizen. Obviously, I'm here for a reason, right?
We all are.
No, I meant here.
I know. That's what I meant.
Well, let's just say a job went bad and I took the fall for it, alright? Can't exactly say it wasn't entirely my fault, but instead of death, they've sent me into exile. I've been here ever since. Now, I admit I did something wrong. I quite frankly don't have any intention of going back.
Excuse me.
But y'all got a place for the rest of your family. Our family. Maybe
And
back home's not so bad.
Jackal point to the point in the freelands. We've got a headquarters setting up here. Build the cape.
Blue on black?
That would be it. And Jacka kind of
What is that?
motion. It's our little mercenary group we started.
That's our company.
Yeah.
There's a lot you and I gotta talk about, but
That there is.
maybe another night. Light's growing dark outside, and it ain't safe to travel out there. Y'all can make camp here. I really wish you wouldn't go
Awesome.
to Ulfrin.
We've got a job to do, and that's our only lead. Don't worry. I'll be back. I promise you that.
Again, I'll hold you to it.
I hope you will.
I'm gonna find a place to rest. Any of y'all got sticky fingers in here, just keep your hands to yourself. I ain't got much to live by anymore. And he makes his way up the stairs. Oh,
If there's anything that you need that we can help you out with, just let us know. We are guests here,
yeah,
and
polish that pot of tea off. I don't want it in the morning. You look over to the
Okay.
still lit fire, and the pot is now boiling with tea.
Okay. Gonna go wash the pot.
Okay. Those of you who want tea, there's enough for about 5 of you to have some. But
I can make
eventually
some
you
more if
guys
people
find
want it.
yourselves to rest for the night.
Don't we have a tea weird?
Yeah, I have a tea weird.
Yeah.
I'm making tea.
Awesome.
The tea's already been made. The tea root will make tea.
I'll make more.
If anyone else wants more.
It's made a bunch. And
Yeah, Valeth will
anyway,
take a cup and then just dump it on the floor.
You
I
fucker.
I'm pouring one
you
out.
asked. Why? Let's fucking think about all the children in Africa.
You're going to clean that up.
Says who?
Morality.
Come on, you are in you are in my family home, please.
And remember, we are
if-
the ones who are paying you.
If not from my father, at least from me.
Hmm.
Please.
He's quite the pain in the ass, isn't he? And Valeth reaches for a cloth, something that was already in the house.
I never said he's ever been
Caroline
easy.
shoves you aside a little bit, Valeth, and she cleans it herself.
I was just in the process of getting to that.
Well, you were taking too long.
And you're wearing
very
our
good about
patience
it.
thin.
Very fun. Now, when are we leaving?
We'll leave in the morning.
Perfect.
Make camp outside.
Mason, you good?
Yeah, sorry.
Getting emotional.
No, there's a friend here to pick up some of her stuff. She was.
Gotcha. So, you all make camp in various spots, either outside in your own tent, probably for Elegant 2, where there's more room, and inside for whoever wants it. Your father took that thermal cube up to his room, and is very comfortably asleep with it. As the night passes into day, your father, probably one of the first ones up, rises before it's still dark. Probably would have found you at some point and woken you up himself, Mason or Jack.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What?
Sleep alright?
I was.
Watch that tone.
Sorry.
Come on, follow me.
Jack very groggily gets up, rubbing his ass.
He takes you up to the roof where your bedroom used to be, with your siblings. There you can see a lot of the 3 beds that are there. You see a lot of them are just covered in dust, untouched. There's a couple of dressers that have been there that have been ransacked out of, or at least some drawers left open and untouched for a long, long time. Yours, all the drawers are still closed. You can see there is a wooden ramp that's been moved underneath one of the windows where you probably snuck out onto the roof a couple times on before yourself, but the ramp is new. And as he makes his way over there, he opens the window up and walks outside into what feels like a heavy blizzard-like storm. He takes out the thermal cube from his pocket and keeps it close to him to warm himself. As you guys make your way onto the rooftop, up one of the higher points. Father looks up over the horizon. From what he can see, it's very low visibility, and says, "Can't see shit out in this weather."
Few things I didn't miss about this place.
I still hate it.
I
Sets the
see
cube
your
down.
side of it now.
Which you can see now, as you're on this part of the roof, there's a small wooden platform that's been built into it as kind of a post where there is a single chair. Father looks to you. Have a seat.
Yeah, I'll sit.
How will you trust them? And he holds, as he's got the rifle style gun, he kind of, as he's looking around on it, kind of aims it down at the tent that you guys typically sleep in.
I trust them with, well, my life and more. Well, except for that Valus. She's a little new.
I can
Still on
tell.
the fence about her.
A lot of your friends seem a little close to you. And he moves the barrel of the gun away from the tent.
Especially Goran. He's been with me from the start.
He that elf one? Or
Yep,
gray hair?
that would be him.
Yeah. How long you running with them?
I've been with them. How long have I been?
Couple months.
It's been a few months since I found him, but we've done more good than more.
It has to been it has to have been longer than that.
Yeah, I feel like it.
Has it
I
been?
feel like it had
Yeah,
been
Feel-
like at
it
least.
might have been a year now.
Oh well, yeah,
Ooh.
would have been. Yeah,
And
let's
I
say
think
that.
Jack and I were fucking around a little, quite a bit before then too.
Yeah, because
Oh no,
Goran
Blue
was.
and Black has not been together like this for at least a year. No.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about since I've joined up with Goran.
Yeah, that would have been about a year.
Been with Goran about a year. The rest of them, the company's been going for a few months now. But
I can't exactly say I'm disappointed.
They're some of the best people I've ever met. Present company excluded.
This cave idea seems a lot like it ain't really your idea. Am I wrong?
It wasn't entirely my idea, but I'm not entirely opposed. Like I said, I'm more fighter than I used to be.
I just worry.
And I think I haven't worried for the rest of y'all, knowing what's been back home. I never intended to stay gone forever. Never intended to get gone.
I know. Never could leave well enough alone, could you?
Wonder where I got that one from.
Just play it safe. Alright?
Not sure.
When I was serving my time here, there were rumors. I don't know what's true or what's in that cave, but no rumor coming from there has ever been good. Alright?
Yes,
Said
sir.
that thing about a dragon to scare you, but then that Valeth character wants to bring you down there anyways. Into harm's way where she knows there's danger. I know you ain't my little boy anymore. But you're always gonna be my son. And it scares me to death knowing there's a possibility that I might go home to your mother someday with good news that she's never, ever had, or never could have dreamed of hearing. That I got to see you and he was on his way here, to her, but never made it.
I will ask them to go see Ma first. Look at the cave on our way back. We've still got to head back to Frostdale at some point.
Thanks,
Drop
son, for
friend
at least
off.
hearing me out.
And at that point, Jack probably would have grabbed out Cadris' bottle. Took a sip and offered it over.
He lowers the rifle out from where he was looking over, trying to peer through the storm, but sets it to the side and that's interesting. Where's it from?
This is from back in Kylen-Jaal.
Well, I could tell that. It just is weird. How
Um,
long you had that
uh,
bottle?
uh, how long ago did Cadris die?
It's a bottle of wine, right?
No, this one's whiskey.
Oh, it's whiskey. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bottle of wine for a second. No, okay, it's the whiskey.
No.
I remember.
You fucking
Yeah,
what?
I forgot.
When
You,
did Cadris drink wine?
you said bottle, and
Hey.
anyway.
Yeah, no.
He
I
takes
a
it. He
pint of
thinks it's
wine that I found
Wine's not
in
100% alcohol.
Firestone, but
strong stuff.
yeah. One of our companions left to me as well. Thanks.
I hope that mortality rate ain't high.
I know it's the first one so far, at least that I know of.
All right. I just wanted to talk to you alone.
Don't worry, boss. I ain't gonna leave these lands again
Without
no matter
family.
how much of a. Either y'all coming with me or I stay here. There ain't no in between. At the state of these lands, I don't think staying's the best option.
No, it ain't. All right. Coast seems clear for now. At least clear enough. Let's go back inside. He grabs the thermal cube off the floor from where you guys were at and heads back down with you. The rest of the night is uneventful, except for one thing. Spot.
That's no
Sugar.
good.
Ah,
Oh,
shit.
sugar.
If I could have
Damn,
everybody
this.
please just mute
Controversy.
themselves,
What?
so that I could have complete silence with just Spot.
Ooh.
And I know Arya's on push to talk, so she's fine. So, you end up in your sentry state. Wherever you are, potentially, where are you actually? Let me get this. For Spot, where is he? Is he in the house or is he in the tent?
He would be in the tent.
In the tent? Okay.
Yeah.
Then, whilst in the tent, you see something. A figure
Okay.
that you can't quite tell. It's just at a periphery from where you've set up. Enter the tent, look around, and then leave.
Can I follow it?
Yeah, you exit your sentry mode and begin to follow it. You go outside and the snow is kind of calm at the moment, and you're kind of looking around. You look to the left and you see a figure kind of walking around, away from the tent, but you see their footprints.
What are you?
No response. Figure keeps walking.
I'll try to catch up.
Okay. As you run in that direction, following the footprints towards this figure, you end up finding a clearing, almost, like where the snow has broken away. And as it does, the figure turns to you and looks at you. The figure looks vaguely familiar, but you can't pinpoint why. And as the figure steps to the side, you kind of look around and notice that it's just the three figures here. As the figure stepped aside, there's a third figure that there's a second figure that stands there. This one is you.
Me. God, again.
The individual that you were following was holding his arms to his side, almost like he was shaking in the cold, but puts his arms at his side now as you now see the elegant robes of a sorcerer.
Yes.
So you're what I was, right? All they have?
What?
He just looks around you confused. Which point the Warforged other you comes in and states, "It looks to be a soul. A separate soul from yourself." The other figure looks to his left at the Warforged. "Like you?" "Precisely." And they both look to you.
I don't know what's happening.
I'm slowly piecing together bits and pieces here. You're me.
You're me?
The Warforged now. That is not entirely incorrect, though it is more accurate to say that that Warforged is you, as it is me.
God.
The two figures kind of step back a bit. It calls itself Spot. Refers to itself as it, he, and him.
That's me.
Fascinating. And yet you carry my spark. My magic. Oh, that's... Wow. Oh, wow. I mean, I knew my magic was uncontrollable, but... Damn! A whole new being.
I am sorely confused.
I mean, I think we all are. Why did you follow me?
Well, you snuck into our tent.
Your tent? I can't go anywhere.
What?
I'm stuck in you, my friend.
Oh. God. What?
You have... Well, no. You are your own soul and your own body, but your body is mine. Your soul comes from him. And yet you manage to be your own person.
This is spooky.
That is not your fault. I feel like there's a way we could know more.
In what way?
You got something. You've got something on you, or in your person, or there's a way we can communicate. I don't know the amount of success it's gonna have, but holy hell. I was a researcher once, or at least I think I still am. There's a lot I know, but yet a lot I don't know. You know?
I know.
Well, that is a relief. I could assist you in this matter as well. The item you hold, it is called a dosset. You picked it up from another one of our bodies. Apply it to
Yes.
yourself. This should make life a little easier.
Okay, I will do so.
Is this even really life? Like, yeah, I'm here, I'm speaking, but I don't breathe. I mean, you don't breathe at all. I mean, neither do you over there, but is this life? It is living. It may not be able to breathe or eat or sleep, but it is breathing. But it is alive. Fascinating. I can't wait for the future. This is gonna be great.
It's gonna be something.
I got a question. Why do you call yourself Spot?
It is the name I was given at my birth. I assume. Of course.
That is not entirely correct. At your birth, he says in quotation marks, you were designated as Envoy 2629.
I was. Was I?
You were.
What was the plan for this envoy of me?
To this one's knowledge, it is unclear, for the Master's plans never exactly panned out beyond our destruction. By the way, Envoy 2629 should be my designation, if you are your own individual. You can call me Envoy. Alternatively, I believe Raylar here should explain himself a little bit more in detail. Right. I'm Raylar. I'm the reason you exist, I guess. Or maybe you're the reason I exist. I really don't know. But I think together we can find the answer to that. Yes?
Yeah. And your name was?
Raylar. R-A-L-A-R.
Well, thank you.
I don't exactly remember anything else besides, well, bits and pieces. Oddly enough, whenever you fall unconscious, I start to learn more, but at the cost of my own sanity. I feel like I'm going crazy sometimes.
Well, yeah. Feeling the same way.
What you are experiencing is a memory overflow, where you begin to experience our pasts each time your future is swiftly snuffed out. Anyway, should probably let you go as soon as I figure out how to do that. I don't even know how to contact you. Allow me to assist. Envoy. Exit. And before he finishes anything else, you're back in your stasis mode, and you leave stasis. Back in the tent. You look around and everybody else is asleep, protected from the cold outside. What do you do?
Well, okay. Well, I will try to guess what the way I would contact them being.
Okay.
That would be.
What do you guess?
We just give it a few seconds here. Let me try this. Wait. Oh, God. I guess the ring of mind shielding
Which,
that I have.
thinking about the ring of mind shielding, you actually hear Bonnie kind of rouse. Yes. What do you want?
Who's in there?
I'm what's in here. What are you? Have you gotten any closer to my objective?
For you.
Spot.
Yes.
Have you gotten any closer?
I am not quite sure.
You hear this long sigh. You said you are within the frozen world, yes?
Yes.
Then find my sisterhood of the Jotengard.
I will try and do my best.
We already.
Make me a deception check, Spot.
Okay.
I don't know if.
I'm quite lost for the moment, yeah. 19.
Okay. Can I provide a little bit of information?
Yeah. I think maybe.
We've already made contact with the Jotengard.
Yeah. Yeah, I know we
Okay.
made contact with them.
Yeah, he's aware of that.
Okay.
Once you find them, inform them of my death and Alar's betrayal. No doubt one of them might try to kill you first. But if you're quick enough with your tongue, you should be able to calm their voices and their attitudes. They will set you on the path they have put across for me.
Yes.
Do you still have that note?
I do.
The artifact. Find it.
I will.
Then don't forget. And you feel the voice pull away.
Yes, mind shielding ring, wasn't it?
So many voices.
Yeah, this is crazy. Fucking YouTube rewind up in here. I don't have that many places that can store people. I guess the T weird?
You pull out the T weird, it just looks at you.
God. Oh, wait.
We love T-Weird.
Yeah, I love the T weird. He's my best friend.
You do remember, in the middle of your conversation, one of them mentioned something called a Dosset.
Oh, yes. Fuck, I'm stupid. The thing. God.
Which you pull out that strange mechanical device you took from one of the other Warforged from earlier.
Yeah, that was the one. I should have gotten that.
Do you attune to it?
Yes.
Okay.
I will.
Do you have to unattune to something to attune to it?
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Okay.
I'm not able to attune to it because I can't like equip it.
Well, it's because you have to actually find it in D&D Beyond.
Oh,
It's an item.
okay, it's an actual item.
Yep. But on that
It was
note,
called.
it's called a Docet. D-O-C-E-T.
Yeah.
I believe. Either that or it's a Docent. Let me look it up really quick.
Wait. Yeah.
Docent. D-O-C-E-N-T.
Gotcha.
There you go. Yeah, I found it.
Yep.
It's now attuned, I guess.
All right.
Like, gonna have to attune to it.
As you take the hour before others begin to rouse, and about this time is when some of the others begin to kind of wake up and see you in the middle of this attunement process. As it finishes, those who are in the tent watch as Spot looks up from his process, like jerks a bit, and falls unconscious.
Oh, again. Great.
You hear Caroline shout for Spot! And that's all you hear. That's where we'll pick up next week.
Oh. Well, that was something. Yeah. God.
And that's perfect timing. Hello.
Haha, Spot died.
That is good timing because I got
Bro, that's like the
go.
second time I've
So-
died. Come
Well,
on.
we don't want to
Guys.
have you here anymore. You die in dream. See ya.
Imagine dying, kind of cringe.
Yeah.
That
Isn't
was a
it?
dream,
Yeah.
right?
Most of that was a dream. When he woke up and then attuned to the thing, that was not a dream.
I know, but like me speaking with that person was a dream.
Well, as
Spot
far as
speaking
you
to him
know.
was a part of a vision, yeah.
Vision dream.
I guess it was.
Yeah, that. Well, I
Alright.
have a plan now for
Well-
what I'm going to do.
Okay. Before you say that plan, let's go ahead and keep it to ourselves, because
Okay.
it might be a good thing. And we'll leave that mystery for everybody else. Spot, welcome to having Warlock levels.
Yeah, thank you.
And third off, I want to thank everybody else who is here for watching us, because this was a shit show. But it's our shit show.
No, it's great.
I love our shit show.
Sorry I'm late.
That's fine, it happens. Next week, I don't think I have any plans aside from this campaign, so we should be good to go for next week. This should also can't speak. This also should be posted on our YouTube channel, the Wyld Cast. I believe on it's either on the 7th or 8th. I don't remember which one.
I might have
That
to
or it's
go
on the
back
weekend.
and
I don't
watch this.
remember when I post these things because I'm real great about that. You'll find it eventually, sometime before Friday.
Hopefully.
Actually, I think I post these things on Sunday. I'm pretty sure. But I have gotten a lot better about saving it from the VOD, so that should be fine. And any comments about how we can improve are greatly appreciated. Please, please, I would love outside input. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and hope you have a great rest of your week.
What about inside input?
You can tell me privately. Goodbye,
Okay.
everybody.